Welcome to the Solution Podcast, everyone. Welcome. Today we are talking about Tradcon or Redpill. What's better for society? And this debate is between me and Alex. And of course, anyone else can join in eventually. Absolutely, there's nothing wrong with that. Uh, and also, I actually do want to mention, just to be fair to Alex, Alex did say that he agreed on the debate being what
No,
was
I'm
it,
I'm
Alex?
fine. I'm fine with it. It's fine. Like,
You sure, yeah?
yeah, no.
Because
But like, I obviously
very
I
fair.
tailored my no, but I obviously tailored my research to. So, if anyone didn't know, we set up a podcast, and the original topic was our Tradcons liars or hypocrites or whatever pejorative you want to use. But we changed the topic, like 5 or 4 hours ago. So I don't really have my arguments laid out for the rest of it. But I can ad hoc. It's just gonna be a bit disjointed, but it's fine. It's fine. Like obviously, like if we can, I wanted to shift towards more of the cross examination of the Tradcon movement, but we can move on to the topics later on.
I just want to give a special shout out to KD. Oh, yes, what's going on,
Bro,
bro?
hurry up, man! Hurry
And
up!
also, KD says coming. Hold on. Also, to my brother Kobe. What's going on, Kobe, bro? Shout outs to Kobe. Salute to my bro. Um, good to see you in the chat, brother. Good to see you in the chat. I hope you enjoy this debate. And yeah, okay. Without further ado, guys, Tradcon or Red Pill, what's better for society? Bro, Alex, would you like to start?
Uh, do you want to just approach it generally first, or do you want to go
Yeah,
into
I don't mind. I
like?
don't mind. I think the salute, Kobe. Yeah, I mean, first of all, let's see if we know what we are talking about. I think that's the main thing. Um, hold on a second. I think that's the main thing. I think it's we need to know whether we know what the term Tradcon is. What is a Tradcon?
Do you want? You can give your definition first. It's fine.
There isn't a specific. I've
Oh
heard
yeah,
of,
okay. Well, no, I'm glad that you said that because I wasn't
yeah,
gonna. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Shouts to Hassan. I see in the chat as well. Yeah, there isn't this Tradcon, of course, they shortening the name. It comes from traditionally conservative people who hold traditional conservative views, and traditional conservative views come from religion. Okay, it comes from Christianity, pretty much.
it
So
depends
it's
on who you are.
no, not really. That's what.
But you can say that Islamists are traditional conservatives as well. Because if I mean, unless you want to just keep it to Christianity, because I
I want
can
to
do
keep.
the
I want to keep it to Christianity
okay,
for
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah. So we can analyze it from the. But just so everyone knows, being a Tradcon doesn't mean you're just Christian. But
When
obviously, sorry.
when you look at when you look at people like when you the term Tradcon it comes from people like Edmund Burke, okay, and these people were Christians. So if you're talking about they don't come from any other religion. But of course, the term has been used to include all people of all the other religions. But if you're talking about its roots comes from Christianity, and this is why you've got founders of this idea of the traditional conservative idea, and it comes from people like Edmund Burke. We if you in doubt about that, we can look into that. But basically, yeah, that's where it comes from. So traditional conservative values. To be a Tradcon means someone who believes in traditional conservative values, and traditional conservative values usually comes from religion and
I mean,
historical.
if that's the case, then I'd rather call it Christ pill, because I think it's pretty disingenuous of the entire Christian faith to just subsume the whole thing of truth. Because I mean, if we're taking the intersexual dynamics part of it out, then I'm sure anyone will say that a conservative is not just limited to a Christian. So I mean, like for the entire for Christians to co-opt the entire term, it's a bit. I mean, I'd rather just keep it to Christ pill. Like, I mean, it's a semantic difference. It doesn't really matter. But I mean, like
Yeah,
just
I don't.
for
I look. It's very simple. It's very simple. It is historically it does historically come from Christianity, and it's inherently linked to Christianity. So yes, that's what it is. That's what basically Tradcon is. It's a person who believes in traditional conservative values, which historically comes from Christianity. And I've already cited Edmund Burke. Anyone can look him up, and you'll see these are the founders of the actual philosophical idea, a philosophical political idea. But yeah, that's what Tradcon is. I just wanted to make that clear so that everyone understands what a Tradcon is, or a person who believes in traditional conservative values is. All right. Okay. Now that we've defined that, all right. What is it that you think we align about? What is it that you disagree with?
well, in general, I said, well, my stance is I don't think the people in our WhatsApp group and our podcast group are generally bad people. I think that I don't want to make a statement like the majority of Tradcons are bad people, but I would say the most prominent figures in the let's say on the social media space or whatever, especially on Twitter, most of them it's come to a point whereby ignorance is no longer excuse. Um, they are evil people, and they're evil because, like I said multiple times here. Well, I just started saying it yesterday, but I've said it multiple times in our group chat. Tradcons are just simps and feminists who can't be honest because they don't have the balls to.
So can you just hold on? Tradcons, simps. I'm just writing it down.
Yeah,
Simps and
and slash all feminists who don't have the balls to be honest with people.
feminists who don't have the balls, and feminists who don't have the balls, who don't have the balls to be honest with people. Okay, to be honest with people. Ouch.
Hey man, you call us weirdos all the time, man. So take turnabout's fair play, man.
No, I'm just joking. Okay, great. Shall we define? I think it's only fair now that we've defined what Tradcon is. What do you think of Tradcon? Sorry, bro, I didn't mean to stop you in any way, shape, or form. Do you also want to
No,
define what Redpill is?
I mean, we've done that really like quite a number of times here. Because I mean, like when I
Yeah,
can tell where this is going. If I define it, you're not going to agree with it, and I won't agree with your thing because obviously I align with Jake in saying that it's a praxology. It's not a whatever cult religion that you call it. So I mean, like, but people on this channel have I would say a very loose definition is a very realistic understanding of the intersexual dynamic relation between males and females in current 2024.
Okay, so your definition of red pill is a praxeology that deals with intersectional dynamics between men and women in a very
Yeah,
honest way, right?
yeah.
Okay, okay.
Now, I wouldn't say honest. I mean, like, I don't like attributing moral stigma to a term. Like, I'll just say it's realistic.
Realistic. Okay.
Yeah,
I define red pill as not as a praxeology, but as an ideology, a religion, cult. I I define I define red pill as the same as feminism, but it's tailor made for men rather than feminism is tailor made for women, and feminism, and red pill is tailor made for men, and they both are working towards achieving the same goal, which is to destroy the family unit. It's both ideologies are completely anti-life, anti-marriage, anti-family, and yeah, and pro LGBTQ, in my opinion. I do believe also that Red Pill is a homosexual agenda. But yeah, okay, go ahead. Now that we've put out what we believe of each other's
So
now
many things.
make your argument, bro. I'm all ears, bro. I'm interested to hear this.
I mean, I can do my cross examination now if you want. It doesn't. I can do it anytime you want. Whatever order you want to do it in, I'm fine with.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Um. So I said my opening statement was that Tradcons are Sims and feminists who are dishonest about what they're trying to achieve. How do I share my screen?
Uh that I don't know, my brother.
Oh
That
shit!
I don't know.
No, it's fine. No, no, no. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it.
Good.
Oh shit! It's only
What's
per
going on?
tab.
Oh, okay.
Okay, no, no, no. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
All right.
Okay, I got it. I got it. Can you see anything?
Hold on a second. Yeah, I can see something. And shouts to KD as well. What's going on, KD?
Can the people see it? Oh,
Oh,
perfect.
there you go. There you go.
So I just want everyone looking to. I guess well, there are plenty more examples, of course, but
Shouts to Andrew Wilson. Shouts to Andrew Wilson.
yeah, I like Andrew. I had a conversation with him on Twitter. I can tell he's at least trying to be honest about his position. Obviously, like I can't bring up the entirety of the Tradcon catalog on X, but I mean, like what I have are very four, I would say, prominent examples of Tradcons in the space. I have three bad examples and one good example, which is obviously Andrew. I think Andrew is the only one who's so far that I've seen has been honest about the situation. So I just want everyone to look at these and really just understand the message that Trads are pushing through. Okay. If
Okay.
everyone doesn't know this guy is Michael Knowles. He's part of the Daily Wire.
I know him.
Sorry. I am a big fan of him.
Yeah, me too.
In most things. This is obviously not one of them. This is him talking about Destiny's divorce. If anyone doesn't know, Destiny's
A
I
degenerate.
gotta watch what I say here. That Destiny is a person. He's a real person. And if anyone doesn't know, he got divorced, or he's going through the divorce proceedings with his wife right now. And the reason why he's going through divorce is because she basically did what any stupid white girl does, who's entitled, and she left him for, ironically, another even more beta soy boy cuck, FAGGOT piece of shit. Okay, so that's the background to it. And Michael obviously responded to his his take on the open marriage that he had with Melina, his then wife, on the whatever podcast. So this is his take on his marriage. Okay. And guys, please pay attention to this guy. Okay. Can people see my cursor?
I can see the screen. Yeah, I can
Okay,
see
yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
Please pay attention to this guy because he's on the grilling board.
I know him. Yeah, I know him as well. Yeah.
And if anyone doesn't know, he's worse than Michael. Okay, so listen to that. He says, I married her without a prenup. Okay, now watch what Michael says. Okay, listen to this. Did anyone? I hope everyone caught that. This is Michael Knowles saying it is good for you to marry without a prenup. in today's day.
Hold on a second. Alex, who's saying no audio? Katie's saying can't hear. Katie, are they saying they can't hear the video that you're trying to play? But I don't think you have.
Damn it, man.
You haven't played it.
Everyone who wants to start a YouTube channel, please don't use StreamYard. It's awful. We're going to be swapping out platforms soon. I'll play it again. Wait. Hang on.
Were you playing it, Alex? Were you playing it?
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't hear. Katie, say something, man. I haven't heard from.
Can people hear?
Katie.
You can see it, but it's not hearing anything.
Yeah, I can't hear it.
Okay.
But you're on stream with us.
I
know, but for some silly reason I can't hear it.
All right, go ahead.
Let me. Did anyone hear that?
No.
Jonah, stop sharing it and
it's fine. I don't need to. I'll just like everyone. Like, I mean, like you guys have heard it, so I mean, Nelson's heard it, so he can back me up. I'm sure.
Okay, what's the name? What's the name of the YouTube? What's the name?
Destiny's open marriage is failing.
Okay. Hold on a second.
And I'll need my stream later when I show the Twitter stuff.
Michael knows Destiny. Yeah. Hold on a second, bro. Hold on a second.
I'll stop sharing.
No, because the thing is, I actually want to hear what the argument actually is.
You're gonna use yours here, okay?
Knows Destiny.
Sorry guys. Just take me.
That's fine. Is it the one that says obviously? Is it that one?
Go. Share your screen.
Hold on a second. I'll share it now. Is it this one?
I can't see anything. Hang on.
Open marriage is failing.
Yes.
All right, hold on a second.
Let me get the timestamp.
Want to spend more time tailoring every trainer? Shopify's tools help you build your brand.
There's a very prominent.
What's the timestamp? Alex, what's the timestamp?
Around 50. Sorry, I had to play it on my site, so I could.
Okay. Around what?
50.
50 seconds?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
No, so I want everyone to get the full context. It's fine.
Okay, around.
You don't have time to rehearse, man.
What the relationship to fall apart. Then.
Okay.
Just play the whole thing. It's fine.
You might find a deeper connection with than the other person. Like if that causes the relationship to fall. God forbid this happens. Will it be fun if this open relationship ends up causing things to fall apart down the line? If one of you guys finds yourself in an entanglement, so to speak, with somebody who you might find a deeper connection with than the other person. Like if that causes the relationship to fall apart, that probably wouldn't be very fun.
No, it would be horrible and it'd be sad.
Do you guys have a high degree of confidence that your marriage will last for decades?
I mean, I married her without a prenup, so I hope so. Okay, or else this motherfucker's gonna be.
He married her without a prenup. Good on him, actually. That's great. Not good on him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope everyone heard that. This is Michael Knowles, a prominent figure in the Tradcon environment, recommending that. And by the way, Destiny got a state marriage because he's not religious. Michael Knowles, a prominent Tradcon in the Daily Wire, recommending that a man get married by the state without a prenup. This is the ultimate goal, and this is why I say that Tradcons are feminists in disguise, because if you know anything about divorce law currently, you will know how ridiculously biased it is in favor of women. For any man to go into a marriage without prenup is suicide. For any man to go into state marriages with a prenup is grievous bodily harm. As you know, I hope you guys know, courts routinely throw out prenups. And what's funny is that just a few hours ago, I found out that even religious marriages are unsafe from this because the state can still enforce the religious marriage, just not impose their own rules on it. But that's another thing for a different. That's something for a different time. I want to go back. With that in mind, I want to go back to the guy that I told you about. That's not Michael Knowles. This guy's called Chase. I'm going to share my screen. This guy's called Chase. He rose to prominence through the Whatever podcast. I have also had conversations with him on X. He is a very staunch believer in what he calls the Christ pill, which is basically Tradconism.
The Christ pill?
Yeah, it's a Tradcon movement. I call it Tradconism because it's a con. So this is basically, if anyone doesn't know the history of his beef with the Redpill, it started about last week. Him and Myron, for those of you who don't know, he started attacking the Redpill. Myron said, "What is your solution?" Basically, in a nutshell, he asked him a bunch of ad hominems, "What is your solution to reversing feminism and the current gynocentric society that we live in?" And Chase had no idea. He ran from the conversation, and then he ran from it again when Myron tweeted him again. And then he responded after Myron gave a tweet, sent him a tweet saying, "This will be my last response." And then he listed down a whole bunch of reasons for why we can't go back to pre-feminist 1960s paradise. So, I mean, just straight off the bat, I would say this guy's a coward. He doesn't have the balls to debate people. He only tried to debate Myron. And by the way, if anyone doesn't know, I can pull up that tweet as well later. The response that Chase gave to Myron's question, which is how we reverse feminism, was very shallow. It wasn't anything better. In fact, I'll show it to you guys later. It wasn't anything better than most Tradcons put forward. And then he branched off and started having debates with Pearl. I want to highlight this tweet in particular because Pearl's basically asking the same thing as Myron. The general Tradcon solution: "Oh, let's pray for me, pray to God, pray for a miracle." And then she asked, "What's his actual plan other than screaming, 'Take the Christ pill,' because this guy is the most sanctimonious piece of shit you ever seen in your life." And he asked, "What have you done?" Chase went on a Redpill podcast to discuss what we can do, in particular to reverse the institutional inequalities between men and women, institution being the law in this case. And this is his response. So this is just another guy who analyzed the conversation. He says he doesn't have a solution, blah, 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 blah. And Chase responds. Yeah.
Well,
No,
read out the response because I can't actually.
No, this isn't the important part. All this. Pearl said, "What is your plan other than taking the Christ pill?" This guy says he doesn't actually have a solution. Chase doesn't actually have a solution. And then he cited evidence of Chase going on some podcast to debate with Rich Cooper, who is another quite a prominent Redpill believer on Twitter. And this particular line of questioning was regarding the legal aspect of how we reverse feminism, because as you know, the law is very, very gynocentric nowadays. So blah, blah, blah. He says, no, Chase actually doesn't have a solution. Chase responds, "Oh, you didn't actually give me any laws that I want you to change, that you want me to change." Then the same guy gave him a whole bunch of laws. He says, "Hi, Chase, I don't have time." You can't read it, right?
No, I can't read it. You have to read it out for me.
He says, "Hi, Chase, I don't have to include that part of the clip, i.e. asking about the laws. You asked the podcast host for examples, and you were given examples. For example, issues with child support, issues with issues with child support that you have admitted to. I'm paraphrasing here, by the way. Issues with child support that you are not that demonstrate you are not familiar at all with family law. I'm glad that you asked the podcast host because it demonstrates you are willing to learn. But the fact you aren't familiar with these things and are professing to have the solution is extremely concerning. Tradcons need to work together with Red Pillars to make legal change possible. I don't believe in this because, like I said, I think Tradconism is just blue pill with extra steps. If you continue to lambast and shame Red Pillars for reacting to feminism, you only hurt Tradcon interests in the long run. You push Red Pillars away from the conservative voter base to the other side of the aisle if they feel they aren't being heard by your side. Family law reform can only help to protect Christian marriages by disincentivizing divorce. But to achieve this, you need more than Christians to support the change. Now, keep in mind, Chase has been very one hallway narrow-minded down the tube with his views on this. He only actually wants to let's say spur the Christians on to produce change, but which is one of the reasons why he is completely delusional. So anyway, I suggest you focus on your efforts on family law reform instead of alienating Red Pillars. Keep this in mind. Men tend to vote more conservative, blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's basically what he has. This guy, so he basically cited child support issues in terms of calculating alimony to give to women, and Chase, as expected, didn't respond.
So what's the argument that you're making?
The argument is that this guy is extremely disingenuous. He proposes solutions like most Tradcons, which don't actually bear out in reality. And when he was questioned by this straight up, are you willing to help us change the law? And what is your solution to help us change the law? Since you want us to follow the Christ Pill. Since you want us to follow the Christ Pill, you must first dismantle the feminist structures so that men can be incentivized into marriage again. And Chase doesn't have an answer. Now I want to move on to the next thing, which is, do you want me to show his conversation with Myron?
Not really. I want you to. Obviously, I'm not Chase. I want to know what argument are you making so I can respond.
Yeah, no. So I need to give like the three examples.
Feel free to show me the example with Myron. But also tell me what is the ultimate argument, so I can.
No, so the ultimate argument.
I can definitely answer it.
The ultimate argument with Tradcons is that they profess, they scream from the rafters to take the Christ Pill, which is basically one of the aspects of that I want to focus on is to promote marriage, and they don't want to adapt marriage to get rid of the gynocentric aspects like the ridiculous family court bias. And actually, I would go a step further, which is they are completely ignorant of the current family court bias. Look at this guy, Chase doesn't even know what's going on, and yet he wants to go around professing, just get married, don't get any experience with women, you'll be fine. He's utterly clueless. One last thing I would like to mention, and this is, well, before we move on to the second last tweet, is that I've said this on this channel a couple of times, so some of you may know. I just find it really, really funny how most of the Tradcons telling us to, be good men, stop sleeping around, stop being promiscuous, have body counts of over 40. It's really, really funny to me. And on top of that, and by the way, 40 was the specific number I chose because guess whose body count just so happens to be over 40? Chase. So what happened with this guy, which is why he's a piece of shit, is he basically stepped around 40 plus women, decided one day, I'm going to be a celibate, right? And then he took a vow of celibacy. Then he met a girl one day, his first real girlfriend. He slept with her within 2 weeks. This guy is utterly disingenuous. It's almost to the point whereby it's laughable. And I would say, so this is another issue that I have with Tradcons, right? It's that they can never ever take accountability for their mistakes. And I don't mean accountability as in, oh yes, I slept around with people. I mean real accountability, because as people know, accountability isn't done just through words, it's done through actual remorse and a demonstrable change. What I've noticed Tradcons like to do, especially Tradcon women, so-called Tradcon women. By the way, I don't believe that any women can be Tradcons. I think all women are feminists at heart. But sometimes with men as well, is they will say, oh, so for example, women, I've slept around. They believe in the concept of a born-again virgin, basically. As soon as I turn to Christ, my body count is set to 0. And I've had this conversation with people on X, because they use that as a basis to try and say, oh, I deserve a good man. No, you don't. I hate Christians, and this is why I find Christians disgusting in general, because a lot of them are not genuine. A lot of Christians hide behind the cross and the Bible, and how they do this is, Jesus promises me forgiveness and eternal salvation, so you should forgive me as well. No, Jesus promises you eternal salvation. Eternal salvation does not mean that you aren't held accountable on earth for your earthly wrongdoings. You must face the music for your earthly wrongdoings on earth. Having heavenly salvation is another thing. But Christians don't see it this way. They think, oh, because Jesus will forgive me eventually, I think I should be forgiven by man as well. That's not the case. Other people should not have to bear the burden of your mistakes, which is essentially what marrying a trad wife ex-whore is. Because as you know, body count doesn't reset just because Christ says so. Okay, now that we're done with that, I want to show you this other thing, which perfectly, I think this is the best representation of the Christ pill or the Tradcon movement possible. I mean, I don't really know this woman. Apparently, she's quite popular on X. She has quite a following. I think so she has about 18.7K followers. Quite a big amount, and at least in the intersexual dynamic space. So what happened is, she says Redpill guys complain and they've given up and have adapted to feminism instead of taking a stand against it. It's gross. So a bunch of ad hominems. This random guy, keep in mind, this random guy, no one knows who the hell he is. He says, okay, what do you think they should do? What's your solution? And she says, I shit you not. I don't know. I'm a woman, lol. I'm not claiming to have all the answers other than turn to Christ. This is the perfect representation of Tradcons in space. All talk, all ideals, and no solutions. And the reason why this is important is because if you look here, so if anyone who doesn't know who Andrew Wilson is Nelson's hero. He thinks that he is the best representative, I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, one of the best representations of the Tradcons in space. Yes, no?
Salute to Andrew Wilson. Absolutely. Andrew Wilson is definitely the best one in the space. But yeah, I still haven't heard any
guys, well, then you're not listening because I made arguments.
No, you've made guys, I can't respond to about 10 arguments. We have to go.
Yeah, no. So I'm just giving a guideline. So
a guideline.
We'll do it one by one. We'll do it one by one. Okay. I want everyone to get this is the Nelson's own head honcho in the Tradcon space, and this is what he says. Okay. So obviously, as a Christian, he's going to be against the Redpill. This is fine. This is nothing new. It's nothing to be surprised that I'm skipping it, because I mean, like, it should be obvious, like, what he thinks as a Tradcon to the Redpill, right? So everyone can pay attention here. He says, so unless we can start offering up, I should start at the beginning. The first message sentence that we should pay attention to is,
hold on, Alex. Just want to give a shout out to you. You've got.
Thanks, bro.
You've got support.
I know. I told you, man. Like,
your pod.
Can you come on, please? Like, seriously, man. Like,
Alex, this is right now. It's between me and you. But of course, he can come on later. Not absolutely.
Yeah, no.
So all this time I've only been hearing you. Okay.
Yeah, sure. So,
yeah,
okay,
of course, you're more than welcome, bro. Yeah, go ahead.
So the first line that I want people to pay attention to is this. And Andrew Wilson was commenting on the beef between the Twitter exchange that has lasted for about a week now between Chase, the guy that I mentioned, the piece of shit, and Pearl, who is also a piece of shit. But that's because she's a woman and she's grifting. But it's a different type of shit stain, but it's still a shit stain. Yeah, okay, so Pearl says he says Pearl's frustration is she doesn't believe Christians are offering up solutions, but just avoiding the main problems. And well, to be honest, she's right. It's the first line that I want people to pay attention to. So basically, Andrew is conceding that Tradcons don't actually have a solution and they're just waffling. They're virtue signaling. Next line. So unless we can start offering up counters to the actual rhetoric and real solutions, considering that they all rightly believe Protestant weaknesses is just religious stuff, then we are going to fail. This is the most important part and the last part that I will be mentioning. It's not the last part, it's the second last part. There are as many full of shit Christian influencers, every bit as bad as some of these red pillars who are protected and not purged either. We can't hold a double standard to their community. This is what I've been saying about the Christians all along. They will never turn their moral mirror onto themselves. Chase is a fine, and I do think, like, people may think I'm reaching on this, but I do think that Andrew was trying to talk to Chase about Chase through this. It's just that he tried to do it in a very indirect method. Because funnily enough, the perfect example right now in the current climate of a Christian who behaves as a quote unquote full of shit Christian influence, so especially as bad, every bit as bad as some of these red pillars, is Chase. Because as I just said, he lied multiple times about his celibacy. He's not honest with it at all. And yet he's trying to go around preaching. And the last part that I want to mention is I will keep taking the fight to the red pillars, but I will be honest about what they are saying. I will be honest about their appeal, and when I wreck their ideologies promoting it, it will be with better solutions which they can't refute. So this sounds great and all that, but what is the hidden message in this? By saying this thing, I will say it again, I will be honest about its appeal, and when I wreck their ideologies promoting it, it will be with better solutions which they can't refute. That implies that Andrew himself does not have a solution. Anyone who knows Andrew, anyone who follows me, I'm sure Katie's been following me, knows that I had this conversation with Andrew earlier. I asked him the same thing. His response then was to increase the number of MRAs, and then basically creating more men's rights activist group in order to change the landscape, the legal landscape, to make everything, less China-centric and less unfair and biased in favor of women. And then when I pointed out on Twitter, I asked him, so what is your evidence that MRAs are going to work when in the past 10 years, there actually has been a movement of MRAs and it's been squashed completely by feminism? He didn't answer. So, if everyone can start to see a trend here, Tradcons run away when they don't have answers. It's fine. So shall we go ahead and discuss the points in order?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Which one would you like me to?
If you see a point and you want to discuss it with me, go ahead, or I can just raise my first point. It's fine.
In terms of if you're talking about the Tradcon solution, the Tradcon solution is Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ is the foundation. The Bible is the foundation. And if you want to talk about, so what that means is Chase is not the foundation. Yeah, Chase is not the foundation, or any other Tradcon out there or Christian out there is the foundation. So can I stop sharing? Is that right?
I'm sharing, I think. Wait, no, I'll stop sharing. I'll stop. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So if we are going to go by what the Bible prescribes, is very simple and easy. Make sure when you get married to someone who's Make sure you are equally yoked. Make sure you marry someone who believes in Christ like you believe in Christ. So you have to both believe in the same ideology, and to both believe in the same ideology, you have to follow the ideology completely to a T. So, and if you do that, of course, all Christians strive to do the best they possibly can. But if you do that, um, the likelihood of you having a successful relationship will be guaranteed. Now, if you are going to follow the Christian ideology, you have to follow what the Christian ideology says, and the Christian ideology is against promiscuity, something that the red pill is not against. The red pill promotes promiscuity, which is something that feminism promotes. So if you are going to follow if you're going to take, as you guys like to call it, the Christ pill, it's a new way of. I don't really like that, the Christ pill, but anyways,
I mean, it's okay. Like, it's just terminology. Like, I just say it because I don't feel comfortable with using the
okay.
Tradcon.
Here's what you do if you're going to take the Christ pill. For a woman would have to be a virgin. Okay, if you're going to take the Christ pill. All right, a woman can't dress indecently, so she can't wear short skirts or anything like that. She has to be completely covered. She has to be all those things that you red pill guys wish you could find in a woman. Feminine, friendly, submissive. She would have to have all those qualities, and those qualities are usually found in the Bible. In fact, it is religion that subscribes to those qualities. Is religion that prescribes those qualities. It's religion that tells men that this is a good woman. This is what a good woman looks like. This is why a religious man doesn't need a red pill to know what a good woman is or what a good woman isn't. So the solution for us, really and truly, is just the Bible. It's just about following what the Bible already has written down as to what is a good woman and what is a good relationship, and that's it. And if you do that, then yeah, you will have a fruitful marriage. But Chase is definitely not the foundation, and neither is any other Tradcons. So we get our inspiration, our foundation. Our foundation is on the Bible, basically. Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead.
so that's your opening line. But I would say
I was just sorry, Alice. I was just addressing what is the solution. If you want to know what the solution is to follow Christ and follow what the Bible tells you to do, and that's it. That for Tradcon, that's what solution is.
So I mean, there's a lot there. You just said that the solution is to follow the tenets of the Bible.
For Tradcon, yes.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, that's what I mean. So I mean, would you say that one of those tenets is getting married?
Absolutely, marriage is the main thing. Sex outside of marriage is sin, and you should not have sex outside of marriage. Men or women, they both should only have sex within the confinements of marriage.
Can you tell me what form that marriage should take? Let me ask you a different way. Do you think the current form of marriage is reflective of Christ's ideal version of marriage?
What do you mean, the current form of marriage?
Well, how marriage currently is, let's say, carried out. Do you think that is an ideal form of marriage that Christ would approve of?
No, if you're secular, I don't know why you get married, because
I mean, like, from a Christian. Yeah, well, okay, yeah, sure, that can be. But even for, I'm just talking in terms of the current responsibilities and duties, like the law, the legal issues attached with marriage. Do you think Christ would approve of that?
Yes, because it doesn't really affect us.
Yes, really.
So, would you like me to answer?
Yeah, no, yeah, I'll let you go first.
Yeah, it doesn't really affect us because marriage is a moral obligation. Marriage and the law just reflects our biological obligation. But marriage is primarily a moral obligation, and when you take morality out of the way, which is what secularism has done, What you have now is a biological obligation, and of course, that is subjective, and that can change at any given. Now that people no longer have a moral obligation and morality has become subjective under secularism, what's happened is that people can pretty much, you know, if for some reason they don't like you or they don't want to be with you, they no longer have that moral obligation to tell them no, because according to us, according to Christianity, if you guys don't know, love is duty. Marriage is duty. It's not about how we feel. It's not about feeling happy. It's about following the rules and doing what, you know, and following your duty. So hold on, let me just finish this last point. But yeah, for us morals, but for secular people, you guys are degenerates. You guys are I mean, I don't really know what to tell you guys, man. And I'm saying, like, I don't know why you guys even get married. It's just a contract for you guys. It's a legal contract, but without the moral obligation, it won't work. So why you guys even try to go into it? It makes no sense to me. Why would even attempt to go in? I can see a Christian attempting, because they understand the importance of that moral obligation.
I mean, like, that's why I'm not for marriage.
But for a degenerate pagan, who wants to lust after women and seek 50 body counts and pervert society even further, why you guys would even go for marriage, I have no idea.
I'm so happy you brought that up, because that was the entire purpose. Sorry, can I share screen again? Thanks.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, that was the entire purpose of me showing the Michael Knowles clip, because here Michael is clearly talking about a state marriage, and he is all for getting married without a prenup. So, in other words, he's perfectly happy, and he's perfectly happy to condemn men to ruin, to be at the mercy of women for the rest of their lives. As far as your argument about following the Bible goes, I'll answer it for you. The current version of marriage is clearly not what Jesus intended it to be, because the current version of marriage is a man's head on a plate anytime a woman wants. I don't think God wants any of his children, and I say this as an ex-Christian who knows the Bible very well. I don't think God will want any of his children to have any of his other children by the scruff of their neck for the rest of his life, basically in a noose for the rest of their lives. So my thing is, if you as a Christian know that the current version of marriage is not the version that Christ intended, and yet you support it, like Chase, like Michael, like Matt Walsh, before he had an awakening, and most of these other Tradcon simps, then you're not really Christ Pill, are you? You're just a closet feminist, because, in fact, I would go further, you're satanic, because you are, let's say, promoting and worshipping a perverted version of an institution that God wanted men and women to engage in.
Okay. Of course, I'd agree with that. I don't know if you heard my last response, but my last response is a marriage is founded on moral obligation. It's a religious.
Oh, I heard that very well.
Oh,
do you want me to answer that?
No, wait. Let me finish. Marriage is a religious institution. This is why it doesn't work unless you believe in it. Doesn't work unless you believe in God. It doesn't work unless you believe in Christ. If that is not the center of your life, if that's not the standard of morality for you, if that's not what you are trying to live up to,
everyone, please pay attention to what you're saying now. Please pay attention.
Let me answer.
No, go ahead. I just want everyone to listen very closely.
If the standard is not God, okay, if that is not at the center of your life to follow God, then you are wasting your time. I mean, you shouldn't really pursue marriage, because without the moral obligation, it won't work. And we can see it as the West has become more secularized, meaning people have become less religious and more atheist, we see the breakdown of marriage also happening. Why? Because marriage is a moral, marriage is a religious institution, and if you take away the moral obligation that comes with marriage, marriage breaks down. Okay, it becomes it becomes a competition about who I feel this way. You feel this way. It becomes very subjective. It doesn't work like that for us as religious people. Because it's not about how I feel or my missus feels. It's about what Christ tells us to do, and we obey that. Okay, and we go through life in spite of how we feel. All right, that's our foundation. But you guys believe in secularism, you're atheists, you're degenerates, you're pagans, and as such, you don't have a real moral foundation. So morality has become how you feel. It becomes subjective. Okay, it's based on how you feel. So if today you don't feel like staying married to this person because they pissed you off or for whatever reason, all right, whatever imagine you go into the depths of your imagination, right? She pissed you off, she farted or whatever, right? And you didn't like it. I don't want to stay married to this woman anymore. All right. You guys, that's what's gonna end up happening to you guys. You guys are just gonna get
well, guys. Well, that last part is just not true at all, because a man would be stupid if he were to divorce a woman because of the legal ramifications. It's usually the woman that divorces a man. And then I ask you guys to pay attention to what he was saying, because this is the default response by Tradcons. They circle back and they appeal to morality and to the Bible. It's not an argument; it's a fallacy. I would also say he made a very good response there. You made a very good response, which was to talk about the moral obligations of marriage. The moral obligation only exists so long as both sides are moral. As it stands, and as I said, like it's a moral obligation of Christ's version of marriage. So to go and say that there's still a moral obligation to the now corrupted version of marriage is frankly satanic. I would say on top of that, this whole talk about well, no, it's fine. It's fine. You can respond first.
Yeah, bro. I've already said I don't know why if you guys are not equally yoked, I don't know why you guys are getting married in the first place. When I say equally yoked, I wouldn't tell a Christian to marry a non-Christian. I'll tell a Christian to marry only a Christian, because you have to be equally yoked. That's it. And because a Christian understands the moral obligation that comes with the religion, with the religion. An atheist doesn't understand any of that. A pagan.
Wait, hang on. Are you saying that atheists have no moral code?
No, they don't have a moral foundation.
Oh, so atheists,
they may have a moral code.
All atheists are awful.
What is the atheist moral code?
Well, I don't think morality exists purely from God. I think that there are certain evidential truths that people adhere to that don't have to go back to.
Then tell me what the code is for atheists. I want to. You can tell me what it is.
One of the codes that
Alex, wait. I want to know the moral code that all atheists abide by.
Well, it's not all atheists, but you were the one who suggested that no atheist is moral. So
when it comes to Christianity, because of what's written in the Bible, we know what we have to abide by. We know what marriage means. We know what the rules are. Whether you agree with Christianity, it's neither here nor there, and I don't care either. What it is we have a foundation by which we know what the rules are, and that's it. I'm sorry, there is no moral code for an atheist. Okay, it's subjective. It's dependent upon how they feel, and if they feel like divorcing you tomorrow, they'll divorce you tomorrow. This is why the argument that you guys are making, it makes no sense at all. It doesn't apply to us. It applies. You guys are talking to each other. You lot are atheists, degenerates. You lot need to talk to each other.
Let me ask you, what is more immoral? A person who knows the code and doesn't follow it, or a person who doesn't know or have a code and behaves in a more righteous way than someone who knows it?
False Negro. What's more? What's more?
What's
immoral?
more? What's more? Let's say respectable. What's more? What has more character? What is more desirable? What is more respectable? A person who doesn't have doesn't have a uniform standard, but still behaves in a more I actually reject the premise in the first place, because I mean, you as an atheist can have self-imposed codes that if you break, you are still liable to, yourself or your own integrity for. But in any case, I don't think that. So what is more moral? A guy who doesn't have a uniform code but behaves morally, or a person with a book and a moral code and a uniform sense of what to do, but behaves like an absolute piece of shit?
The one who behaves like an absolute piece of shit.
Oh, I'm so happy you said that, because that's exactly how most Christians behave.
Do you know why?
And a good example, and this
Like,
now
I have to explain it at least.
I'm just giving you evidence for why I say that is the case. And I say that's the case that most Christians are pieces of shit, because most of them, I would say, who profess the Christ pill through their tongue onto the lips of men are people like Chase.
Yeah. Okay. The reason why is because those pieces of shit at least admit that they believe in Christ, and they have something that holds them accountable regardless of how they feel. They have a foundation by which it holds them accountable. So for example, if they behave like pieces of shit, guess what? The Bible tells them that they behave like pieces of shit. The Bible tells them that they are not following it. They have an absolute foundation, all right, in spite of how they behave. My second point to that is no human being is perfect. All right, the one who
Guys, pay
behaves,
attention.
or the one who behaves morally, okay, or the one you say doesn't have a foundation but behaves morally. Yeah, that's until they switch. That's until they turn around and they feel differently. If they do feel differently, guess what? There will be nothing to hold them accountable. All right, they'll just go along with that. That's it. There is no guarantee. There is no prosperity there, because there is no foundation. And in terms of who behaves like pieces of shit, I haven't met one single human being that doesn't behave like a piece of shit. At least the Christian has something that holds them accountable, and they are trying to actually become better. Who's better? The person who's trying to become better, or the person who thinks that they are better? No, it's the person who's trying to become better, because there is no single human being on earth that is not a piece of shit. That is absolutely perfect.
Let me start off with your last point. Well, that's a bit of a false equivalence, because I don't think atheists think they are superior in any way. Yeah, I mean, you have no evidence for that at all.
Have you debated atheists online?
Yeah, but they're not a representation of the population, and not all of them are pieces of shit. I would say that.
No, I said everyone, including Christians. Yeah.
No. But I'm saying atheists. I'm talking about atheists.
One human being that's not.
I'm on the Christian thing. Like, I told you guys to really pay attention, because this is what Christians love to do. Oh, it's okay. I hope you know that just because you have someone to be accountable to, let's say, like, in this case, you're accountable to God or whatever. Like, it doesn't really matter who. That idea or that suggestion, implicit suggestion that you're going to have to face the consequences if you disparage his rules or whatever, does not make you more moral if you continue to break those rules. Like, it just doesn't. Just because you have someone who's going to punish you at the end, if you still continue doing it, in fact, if you continue doing it knowing you have someone who's going to punish you at the end, it makes you even more immoral, because you know that you're going to suffer and you're still doing it. The second thing,
I agree.
Yeah, so then you really don't have an argument, because that's how Christians behave.
Are you saying all Christians behave like that?
No, I'm saying most Christians. I'm saying that most Christians do what I said. They hide behind the Bible and they hide behind the cross. Which was a good example.
Have you met most Christians?
Yes, I have.
You've met most Christians on earth?
Yes, I have.
There are 2.8 billion. There are 2.3 billion. For you to have met most Christians.
Not most. I mean, I'm talking about most compared to atheist people. Like I can say the same thing. You haven't met most atheists.
So you've met. Okay. You've met.
So I grew up in a school that was Christian. It was a Christian themed school. Everyone there was Christian.
Okay, let me ask you one question now, Alex. Are you a Christian? Were you raised as a Christian?
Christian.
You raised as a Christian?
Yeah.
Okay.
For this.
Alex, would you consider yourself to be a Christian today?
No.
Okay, Alex. Most people in the West, because of history, come from a Christian background. All right.
Oh.
It doesn't mean that they all follow Christianity, just like you. You don't
follow. No, but they are professed Christians.
Hold on. Most people say, yeah, I'm a Christian. Well, what they really mean is, I came from a Christian household. I came from a Christian background, but the way they conduct their lives, they're not Christians. What they are is they are atheists. They are people who believe in secularism. They're not Christians. They have nothing to do with Christianity.
Just people have to be accountable for their words.
Hold on. You are a good example of that. You came from a Christian home, but you no longer believe in Christianity. I will tell you, loads of people, these days in the West, they like to say, I'm a Christian. But when they say that, what they really mean is, I come from a Christian home, but I don't really follow it. All right. But guess what? People are going to call them Christians, and they're going to judge Christianity based on those atheists that no longer believe, and happily say that they no longer believe. Just and like
what should happen? You know what should happen? The Christians should stand out against them, but you don't see any of them doing that.
Is who?
They don't. No Christian in the world stands out against these so-called Christians. And on top of that, you have to be accountable for your words. You can't just say, "Oh, if you're a faith, you have to be accountable for people who are claiming to be part of your faith." You can't just go around, like you said. If you say that these so-called fake Christians are so prominent in the world, then surely like you guys must have met them. And if you've met them, then why haven't you called them out?
No, first of all, I haven't met every Christian on earth. I don't presume to have met every Christian on earth, or every atheist for that matter, or every Muslim. I haven't met most of them. I do know that human beings are do struggle with right and wrong. We do, you know, some people, their biggest weakness is greed, others is lust, but everyone, one thing I do know is that every human being is not perfect, and we do struggle with our problems. And Christians are no different. But the only thing that makes us different is that we have an ideology that holds us accountable, while you guys can do whatever you want to do, because nothing holds you accountable.
Did you? Well, I told you I reject that premise, because atheists can impose. What makes you think self-imposed standards of people's own morality isn't as strong as a Christian foundation? I mean, the evidence of that is you gave the evidence of that. How many Christians actually practice Christianity? You don't. So clearly, what's holding you accountable isn't that good, and isn't that fearful, and it doesn't keep you in line very well. In which case, you are just as bad as the atheists that you ragdoll on.
No, that's actually wrong. Because what holds me accountable is the Bible, not what people do or don't do.
That's not what I said.
Well, what did you say then? What did I miss?
I said the fact that you are going around. Okay. First of all, you assume that you're an atheist's own moral standards. And by the way, I'm not an atheist. I'm agnostic.
Atheists don't have moral standards. They don't have nothing to justify their moral standards.
Having moral standards has nothing to do with the backing that it has. Moral standards just basically means a code that you live by. So if I say, for example, I don't want to steal, then if I keep to that code, that is a moral standard.
And what holds you accountable to that standard?
Myself and my own integrity.
Yourself. Exactly.
Why is my sense of my pride and my integrity any less than a Christian's? So just because you have God, you are more accountable, even though most Christians act like atheists?
bro.
So clearly, if that's the case, then the Bible isn't that good holding you accountable, right?
Christianity, you can't judge Christianity based on its follow. We judge Christianity based on its foundation, on what it teaches, because those what's on those.
Oh, I'm so glad you.
Hold on, Alex. Let me finish.
You made that argument. I know where you're going with this. It's fine. Go ahead.
The interrupting thing again. What holds Christians accountable is what the Bible teaches, and from that you can't weasel your way out depending on how you feel. Okay, so it's what the Bible teaches, and that's what holds us accountable. That's it. It's not that every Christian is perfect. Every Christian is trying to follow. Have you ever heard the I think I forgot the term, but the standard is Jesus Christ, and we are all trying to live up to the glory of Christ, and we fail consistently. We fail a lot. Okay, but guess what Christian does? Guess what Christian is trying to do consistently? He's trying to live up to that standard. Guess what, Alex? You don't have to live up to that standard. You tomorrow, if your pride or your feelings or your so-called integrity,
why are you assuming my pride is fickle? Why are you assuming my pride is fickle?
Oh, hold on, wait. I'm not assuming that. I'm not assuming that. But what I'm saying is, if people want to change their minds, they can change their minds. Why, Alex? Because you are your own God. You decide right and wrong for yourself. We don't decide right and wrong for ourselves. You decide right and wrong for yourself. You are your own God. I'm not my own God.
It doesn't matter. Because
okay, hold on. Are we gonna go back to other because I want to know other objectives.
We'll move on.
I don't want to stay too long.
because this whole purpose that Christians are inherently more moral than atheists is
I never said that. I never said that.
You literally just made the argument that
no, I never said that. I never said. I said we have a foundation that holds us accountable. That doesn't mean we're better than an atheist. That doesn't mean we're more moral than
you are morally better. Because if not, what's the purpose of the accountability? So
that foundation there, that foundation there is what we are striving towards.
So you are morally better.
That doesn't make us more morally better than you.
Then what? Okay, never mind. Can you tell me what the purpose of accountability is?
The purpose of accountability?
Yeah.
Oh, the purpose of accountability.
How about I suggest something? The purpose of accountability is to hold you responsible, i.e., hold you accountable when you mess up, right?
Pretty much, yeah. That's the purpose.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that.
That's what accountability is.
So if Christians aren't really held to account for their wrongdoings, because God isn't going to come down and strike you, then there's no point in you talking about the what happens when we die, heaven and hell and all that kind of thing, because I can't see that and you can't see that. We can only operate on what is happening on earth now. So as it stands, like the Bible is basically a place-holding tool. Like you don't actually, when you do something wrong, you don't have an angel flying down from heaven and smiting you. So for all intents and purposes, Christians are held to the same standard of accountability as anyone else. And I would say that
the difference is that we believe in it. You guys don't believe in anything.
It doesn't matter because you're not held accountable on earth. It doesn't matter. There's no point in talking about accountability in theory, because accountability, in fact, you are not punished the same. You're not punished any more than the normal atheist person who doesn't believe in God. No one's going to come down from heaven and smite you.
So what's the point that you're making?
So the whole idea that you are held to a higher moral standard is nonsense, because you're not going to suffer the consequences of breaking that moral standard. And then on top of that, you said a line which I like very much, and you said that what defines Christianity is not the people but the foundation, right?
That's what we believe. That's what we believe in, Alex.
Sure. Do you know who Dinesh D'Souza is?
Yeah, no, I'm
going to give you a quote from him.
As well, right?
He's a conservative as well. He's the one who got jailed by Obama. He got jailed by Obama for basically under false pretenses. Obama abused his power and he put him in jail. The reason why I'm bringing him up is because he was giving a speech, and I'm going to quote or paraphrase from it. Okay, he was talking about, I think, socialism or something, and his whole line, it went something like this. What is how do we understand ideology other than who practices it, than through who practices it? If I am a Christian, and yet I claim there are, let's say I believe in Christianity, and yet I claim that there are no real Christians on earth. How is anyone supposed to make sense of anything? Because and this is where I'm going. So end quote, end quote. The whole the foundations mean nothing. The foundations that you're talking about, the Bible's teachings, all that, mean nothing because no one can actually do it in practice. So in other words, it's just a pipe dream. So the best way of understanding Christianity is by looking through the people who practice it, because they're the ones who actually experience the groundwork, foundational difficulties of trying to put the ideology in practice. It is, and this is something that Christians really piss me off about, because you guys all talk about theory and theory and theory, but when it comes to actually practicing it, like Chase, the theory crumbles at its base. So I mean, like,
so you're saying you've mentioned Chase, who doesn't, or according doesn't practice the faith.
Chase practices the faith,
and then at the same time you're saying that Christians don't practice the faith. So
no, that's not what I said. I said
I don't understand what you're saying. Like it's not really making any sense, because the thing is, are you a Christian, Alex? Do you follow Christianity?
No. I mean, what do you mean I follow? I know the Bible.
You know the Bible. Okay, yeah. What does Jesus Christ preach?
As an ex-Christian, I know your Bible. What?
No,
sorry?
What does Jesus Christ preach? Since you're making these assertions, I have to ask you these questions, because the thing is, because you're making wild. For example, I would never say I know every single Christian, or every single Christian don't practice the. First of all, that's a false.
I didn't say that.
Hold on, wait. You're misrepresenting Christianity. Sorry, not even Christianity, because you can't misrepresent Christianity. It's written down. You're misrepresenting every single Christian, because you are making the assumption that most Christians don't practice, because you saw a couple of them, including Chase, that according to you doesn't practice good enough to your standards. Now, first of all, if I was to show you Christians that do practice it, would you believe in Christianity, Alex? Would you change your ways and believe in them instead?
No, you won't be able to. But I never made that assertion.
So tell me what. So
I never said that all Christians are.
No, hold on, Alex. You can't run away. Tell me.
You're misrepresenting me. You're misrepresenting me.
Tell me what Christ teaches. Go ahead.
But yeah, I mean, like you. What do you mean? Christ teaches a lot of things. How do you? I mean,
no,
you want me to bring up?
Hold on, Alex. You said you know the Bible. We can rewind it. You said you know the Bible.
Yes.
So I want to know, what does Christ teach?
I'm telling you, I can't give you a one-line quote. If you want me to quote all that Jesus teaches, we'll be here all night.
Okay, generally, just give me one of the things that he teaches.
Fruit of the Spirit.
Huh?
Do you know the verse, fruit of the Spirit?
What's the main message, Alex? What's the main message of Jesus Christ?
The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness.
Okay. What was the main message? I'm gonna give you one more chance. What was the main message of John the Baptist?
What do you mean, give me one more chance? I've given you a perfect example. You asked me for a teaching of Christ, and I gave you an example direct from a quote. What do you mean?
What was the main message of Jesus Christ? What was the main message of Jesus Christ?
What do you mean by main message?
If you know anything about Christianity, if you know anything about Christ, yeah, you will know what the main message of Jesus Christ was.
What do you mean by main message? Are you talking about salvation in heaven? I don't know, going to hell, Revelations? What are you talking about? Like,
do you know what I've even done, Alex? I've even mentioned John the Baptist as a clue for you. Give me the main message.
What do you mean? I don't know what the main message is, because the main message depends on the person. You can't go out there claiming that there's one main message that Jesus preaches. He preaches a lot of things. I'm telling you that one of the main.
Okay, I'm gonna ask one more, and this after that I'll tell you what it is. And no one, and everyone listening, everyone watching, watch. I've given them about 4 chances to give me a reply. What is the main message?
Your question is flawed.
wait. What is the main
Ooh.
message? If you know anything about Jesus Christ and his teaching, you will know what the main message is. And I even gave you John the Baptist.
That's an argument from authority.
No, it's
It's an
not.
argument from authority. Yes, it is. You're telling me if you know everything about Jesus, you'll be able to tell me. But it depends on who's preaching the thing. If you want to talk to one guy, he could be talking about repentance and eternal salvation. If you're talking to another guy, you could be talking about the teachings to the 12 disciples. If you're talking to another guy, he could be talking about what to do to avoid the end times and the beast. And sorry, was that the beast from the land or whatever, the one with the 660 on his head.
All right. The main message, Alex, the main message, and John the Baptist highlighted this as well. In fact, the entire reason why Jesus went around Judea preaching, the main message was called repentance.
Could you tell me who says that's the main message? Since you like to claim that, it's the main message and everyone should know. Can you tell me who says that's the main message?
We need to go back to it. I don't want this
because that's a standard that you just made up.
No, it's not. It's the main message in the Bible.
Okay, so tell me who says it's the main message.
Jesus Christ, John the Baptist, all the
really
disciples.
Jesus Christ says it's the main message. Can you point me to the quote?
Yeah, I came to call sinners to repentance. I did not come to choose. I did not come to call the righteous. I came to call the sinners.
That doesn't tell you that it's the main message. Nowhere in that quote says that it's the main message.
Oh my.
Bro, come on, man.
When Jesus Christ died on the cross, is forgive them for they do know what they do. When Jesus Christ,
do you think that's the main message?
Because I'll read the Bible, Alex, and you don't.
But he doesn't say it's the main. I do read the Bible.
Alex,
I don't need to be Christian to know.
Alex, I don't mean Alex. This is not me trying to put you down, but Alex, you don't read the Bible. If you do, you wouldn't even be laughing. To any
Can
Christian
you tell me why it's the main message?
Hold on. To any Christian right now, to anyone watching this right now that knows the Bible, or anyone who's actually you don't have to be a Christian. You are looking silly trying to argue this point.
Oh,
that's the main message.
So arguments from authority and
no, because without repentance you can't convert. Okay, the main message of Christianity is
the main message. And by the way, the first time you asked me, the first instance in which you asked me, I said eternal salvation on the cross.
That's not the main message of Christ.
That is repentance, because how else do you get eternal salvation, Nelson?
Everything is pinned upon repentance.
That's my point. Oh my God, that's my point. How do you get eternal salvation? How do you get eternal salvation?
Through repentance.
How?
Through repentance.
So that's what I said.
Okay.
Bro, you can't be making this up, man. Like that, I literally, oh my God. Okay, anyone, please, in the chat, if you are Christian, anyone in the chat, because this is really, this is so dishonest. Anyone in the chat, if you haven't heard, if you're tuning in right now or whatever, can you please tell me what the main message is? And once you have told me what the main message is, can you please find me the quote in the Bible to show that it is the main message? Oh, God damn it.
This is so sad.
Come on, you're talking shit. You're talking shit. Like, it doesn't. Even Kobe and Katie and people here, they're just as confused as you. What the hell? They're just as confused as you.
Kobe's not a Christian, bro.
But they know the Bible. You don't have to be a Christian to. That's an argument from authority again.
You don't have to be a Christian. Bro, you didn't even know when I asked you 4 times what the main.
Yeah, because there is no main message.
Right. I'm not going to.
I literally asked you. No, I literally asked you for.
The reason why I brought up the point, is to show that you're making a lot of judgments about Christians, okay, and saying that basically implying that all Christians are bad and all Christians are horrible. I mean, you went as far as calling Christians, if I recollect, Christians are disgusting, hide behind the Bible. All right.
Yep.
Okay. you made all of these statements about Christianity, implying that you're saying that this is how all Christians behave. And I said, well, first of all, there are 2 point something billion Christians on earth, and you haven't met all of them. So if you were to meet loads of good Christians, would you convert to Christianity? No, you wouldn't. So that point that you made in terms of all Christians being disgusting and all of that. So if I was to show you the opposite, would you?
No, but you won't be able to. My point is you can't.
Hold on. Hold on one at a time. I'm just showing the fallacies. You don't know all Christians.
It's not a fallacy because you can't.
You're not letting me talk.
Because you're misrepresenting me. Okay, fine. Good. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
You're gonna keep interrupting me, bro.
I mean, like, if you stop misrepresenting me, I won't need to.
No, because I'm trying to show the fallacy of your argument, and you're not making sense, bro. Yeah. First of all, you don't know all Christians. You do not know 2.3 billion Christians. You don't know the majority of Christians by any measure. So if I was to show you loads of good Christians, would you become a Christian tomorrow? And then that's why I went to the Bible, and I showed that you don't even know what the main Christian message, what Christ's main message was.
Okay, so we've already established that there is no main message. Main message is something that you made up based on your own idea of what the main message is. Secondly, I do know first of all, secondly, you don't need to know most Christians to know how most Christians are like, because you can get a good representation, a sample size. Like I said, I've lived in a number of countries. I've met a number of Christians. I know people from about 16 different cities who claim to be Christian, who go to church, who don't go to church, who do this, who do that. So, I mean, I don't have to take a sample size of every single Christian on earth in order to come to a conclusion. That's just a ridiculous statement. And then secondly of all, but even if that isn't ridiculous, I know that most Christians aren't going to adhere to the standard of Christianity that I didn't set, your Bible set. Most Christians fall far short of what the Bible teaches. And that's how I know they're not good Christians. So it's not a standard that I set, it's a standard that your Bible sets.
No, the standard that my Bible sets is that all human beings have fallen, because because of Adam and Eve's sin. And since all human beings have a sinful nature, we must repent. And we can only repent if we come to Christ. Once we repent and come to Christ, we will be saved. No human being is perfect. That is the message of the Bible. Every human being is sinful. Okay, because we are all sinful, we have to repent. And when we repent and come to Christ, we can be saved. But it's a constant struggle to acknowledge your sin, to acknowledge the fact that, first of all, you are a sinner. Second of all, that you always have to that you will be struggling with this sin, and only God can help you with this sin. That is the message of the Bible. The message of the Bible is not that human beings are perfect and they live perfect lives. What the message of the Bible is trying to get people who are sinful in nature to change and become better people, more like Christ and less like a sinner. And every Christian is in that struggle. Every human being is in that struggle. The only difference is that Christians acknowledge, and they acknowledge their sin, and they are trying to do something about their sin, whereas everyone has given in and they are consistently sinning. But the thing is, this is turning into a religious debate.
It's not. I'll tell you why. Because what was my second point? What was my second issue? Because I mean, it will eventually have to bring elements of religion, because Tradconism is directly tied to religion. But my second point was not that. My issue with Christians isn't that, oh, we're all sinners, or that. Yeah, fine, we've all made mistakes. That's fine. The issue with Christians is that they think that the Bible gives them a leg up to be sanctimonious and holier than thou to other people. And then when they get caught and people like Chase, you say, you are guilty of committing the same sin that you are accusing other people of. He hides behind the cross and he says, yeah, but I have eternal salvation. Eternal salvation is not an excuse for you to remove yourself of accountability towards people that you have wronged on earth.
Okay, no. Jesus is very clear in the Bible, and he tells us Not everyone that says, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of God, but only the ones who do the will of my Father in heaven. So Christianity does not allow human beings to abuse to abuse the idea of repentance. You can't fool God. This idea that you can just go to God, repent.
I'm not faulting God.
Hold on, I haven't finished yet, bro. So no, you there is nothing in, if if you guys read, listen to all you atheists and pagans and the generals out there, listen, if you guys actually open up a Bible and read it, you will see that the Bible holds people extremely accountable. And there's no way, if you think a human being can fool God by saying, okay, I sinned, now I can just go and repent and then we'll be okay again. It doesn't work like that. It does, and you will not get that from reading the
Where is the smiting?
Sorry?
Where is the smiting?
What's smiting? What are you talking
What did I say? What did I say at the start? If the enforcement mechanism for accountability that the Bible claims to impose is not done so on earth, then you are effectively just the Bible's accountability mechanisms are just as effective as an atheist.
Yeah. Hold
so
on a
there's
second.
no point in you telling me that God.
Alex, hold on a second. I just want to. I have to reply to this. Octavio, you don't know all Christians neither, and
Oh,
I'm
thank you, man. Thank you, Jesus Christ.
Hold on. Kobe, and I don't presume to know, but for the presumption for the presumption to be made that all Christians are bad, okay, because that's the presumption here that I'm
But what I said.
But the thing is, so listen to what I said, Kobe. I said, if I show you good Christians, are you going to have a better picture of Christians or not? Because the thing is, that was the whole point of me saying
you won't be able to.
That was the whole my whole point. The reason why I brought up you don't know all Christians has nothing to do with whether I know all Christians or not. He's saying he's presuming that all Christians are bad.
But so what I said.
Hold on a second. This is how I'm taking it. So I'm basically saying, okay, because all the examples that you give of Christians are all bad. Everyone that you went to school with is all bad. Everyone that is all bad. Everyone that you came into contact with is all bad. So I said, okay, come around me. I'll show you some good Christians. Are you going to have a different picture of Christians?
You're not going to be able to, is my point.
Hold on. No, you're not. That's the whole point. It's a fallacy to even make the argument, or because remember, not once did Alex turn around and say, "Oh, I've met some really good Christians, some wonderful Christians."
Yeah, no. Because good Christians don't exist. That's my point.
He literally just said there is no such thing as good Christians. So hold on a second. So when I said all Christians, was I lying about that? He just answered it for you, Kobe. He just said all Christians are bad. Do you agree with that?
I didn't say they're all bad. Just because you are not all good doesn't mean you are all bad. What kind of a statement is that? The reason why you will never show me good Christians is because Christians can't even adhere to their own rules and the Bible. And then when they mess up, they hide behind saying everyone is a sinner. That's not an excuse.
Alex, if you does any human being adhere to every single rule that there is, Alex?
Yeah, but the reason they don't. But that's the thing. I'm not claiming to be holier than thou.
No. Does every single human? Please answer the question. Please answer the question, because this is just nonsensical. Because we actually not moving on to the other parts of the debate.
Sure.
Does every single human being, adhere to every single rule? When have you ever met every single human being?
I never said we do.
Hold on a second, because that is what you're leveraging against Christianity, against Christians. You're saying they don't follow their own rules. Please show me one.
That's not what I'm leveraging.
Please show me one institution, one single group of people. So one institution, one single religion out there. Hassan, does every Muslim follow every single rule in the Quran? Does anyone, regardless of what they believe in, I don't care if it's Satanism, do they follow? Do they follow every single rule? No one does.
That's not my argument. You're misrepresenting me again. You're gonna
go on.
That's not my argument. You just misrepresented me 4 times. My argument was not that all Christians. My argument is not that Christians are all perfect or everyone is perfect. My argument is that there's only one group. We are all we all do wrongs and we all don't adhere to our standards, but there's only one group here that doesn't adhere to its own standards and then rags on other groups for not doing the same. There's only one group that does that, and that's Christians, and that's the issue that I take.
I obviously disagree.
I just showed you an example.
Hold on, come on. Let's not interrupt each other, please. I obviously disagree. Alex hasn't met every single Christian. Christian, there is no. My argument for disagreeing with Alex is, first, he hasn't met every single Christian. Second, that can be what he has said can be said about every single human being on earth, regardless of what they believe in. So to me, that's a non-argument. So his argument is absolutely flawed. It doesn't make any sense to leverage that criticism against Christians. That can be said for every single human being on earth, regardless if they're religious or non-religious. So yeah.
Oh, it's fine. Let's just move on.
Kobe said, but you presume that all atheists are bad. No, I didn't. I said all atheists cannot justify their morality. They can't. They don't have a foundation by which they believe in.
So if you can't justify your morality, that makes you immoral.
I never said that atheists couldn't be moral. I never said any of that. I said that atheists don't have a foundation by which they believe in. And morality is basically decided according to how they feel. Okay, so there is no sense of duty for an atheist. There is no, even though I feel like doing this, I'm not going to do it because of my belief system. This is the battle that a Christian has to deal with. This is the battle that a Christian has to face. I feel like doing this. I feel like doing this, but I know the Bible tells me that this is wrong. Damn. That's where the Christian is with his faith. That's very different from an atheist. If an atheist is tempted enough, he will turn around and be like, you know what? I don't have no more foundation to hold me accountable. I'm just going to go ahead and do it.
Guys, notice what he's saying. He's saying that a person's own value of integrity is less important than the Bible, and it somehow carries less weight. This is exactly why I say Christians are holier than thou and sanctimonious.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough, bro.
I don't know what to say, man. It's fine. Let's just move on.
Next fight.
What do you want to go on next? You can. I mean,
no, bro. You have.
Yeah, sure. As in, like, I just thought I opened it up to you, but
I think we did justice to that point. I think anyone watching this back, they'll be like, okay, they went back and forth. It got heated. They went back and forth. They explored every aspect of that. I think
no. But as in, like, my argument for debunking threats was, my argument for debunking threats was more than just the Christian hypocrisy. It was, it's also the fact that you don't actually have a.
I agree with you. I agree with you on one thing, Alex. Absolutely, you're right. Christians need to do better in terms of following their following.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, finally.
Hold on, wait. There's a lot of hypocrites. I've been a hypocrite loads of times in my life. I've lied loads of times in my life. I've done bad things many times in my life. Yes, in that you could call me a hypocrite. So yeah, we Christians need to do better. Absolutely, Alex is 100% right. I'm sorry, guys. I got a little bit because I hold on, that doesn't make sense. So that's the reason why I was like that could.
Guys, we're not actually angry at each other. Like, if you're not a guy, you won't understand how guys talk. We're not actually. Wait. Do you guys actually think we're pissed off at? Oh, come on, man.
No one's pissed off at no one. No, but the thing is, all I was thinking is because Alex is hard-headed and I'm hard-headed, so that and that makes for a good debate. But the thing is, but my only point was that didn't make sense to me was just, well, hold on. This can be applied to anyone else, but he's right in the sense of Christians need to do better. There's a lot of hypocrite Christians out there. There's a lot, but that's what I'm trying to say. If I show some good Christians, maybe Alex will convert.
But you won't be able to. You won't be able to because Christians don't live up to that standard. Okay, let me try and one last time. Okay. What I define a good Christian is a Christian who follows the Bible, right? To say that, the fact that he sins, sure, you can, like I said, you can sin and then say, okay, fine, I repent, I'm whatever, forgiven. But an onlooker looking at you doing that, because then basically your standard can be applied to anyone. It could be applied to a recalcitrant child, R word, and he could be repenting, say, oh, I'm. There would be no difference if repentance absolves you of everything. Then there would be no difference. So I mean, but it's fine. It's fine. We can move on. Next one.
Kobe agrees with you as well. Then they are not good representatives of their own rules. I absolutely agree with you, Kobe. We are not good representatives of our own rules. I would argue most people are not good representatives of their own rules. But yeah, but you see what I've just did there? I'm trying to take the accountability away from myself and trying to put it on the rest of the world. You're right. We are not good representatives of our own rules, and we need to do better as Christians. Absolutely. And the idea is to continuously strive to live up to the glory of Christ. That is the idea. That is what we are constantly trying to do. And do we fall short of it? Do we fall horribly short of it? Yes, we do. Absolutely. And you know what? This is why we get people like Alex, Kobe sitting in judgment of us. And they're absolutely right in doing so. But as long as they don't forget, look, I'm going to do it again. As long as they don't forget that they also one day will sit in judgment in front of God, and not whether they believe on it or don't.
Wait, you just mentioned that, yeah, Christians fall real short, and you consider that point that Christians fall really short,
extremely short.
Yeah, sure. So then would you say that a Christian who falls short has the right to insult and basically name call ad hominems, sign language, the whole 40 yards to other people?
No, not insult.
So you shouldn't, right? Because and the reason for that is because you've messed up, right?
No.
So you should learn to not hold other people to standards that you yourself can't hold yourself to, right?
No. Insult, you shouldn't insult anyone.
Okay. So we agree.
But if you are asked, if we are asked an opinion, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna not say anything.
No. But insulting.
No, insulting is wrong. It's a sin to insult.
Oh, okay.
You shouldn't insult any human being.
You know why I say that?
Why?
Do you want to go back to Chase's ex?
Why are you so caught up in Chase?
Because he's the one who's carrying the torch.
I want to deal with my object. Go. What else did Chase do? What else did this Chase guy did? What else?
because he's the one who's carrying the torch with the so-called Christ pill, and I just think that if I were a Tradcon, I wouldn't want the leading frontline member. And here's the thing, right? It's not like he's just there and everyone's being like, oh, you're actually a piece of shit. You don't represent us. You're trash. They're gassing him up. So I mean, you're aiding and abetting. So you approve of him. Let me read you a tweet from Chase.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna go down because it's a while. Filler music. Da 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 na na. Na 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 na. Just retarded. Why is this guy so what kind of loser reposts his own tweets? That's like liking my own comment on Facebook.
You don't like this Chase guy, do you?
Yeah, I don't, because I just don't like hypocrites. But I mean,
that means you don't like human beings.
No, well, I mean, I don't like people who lack integrity. Is the better term. No, go ahead. I'm still trying to find it. It's because he's tweeted a lot since.
Since then. Basically, me personally, I want right now, I haven't heard that many like objections to Tradcons, why Tradcons why Redpill is better than Tradcon.
I gave you the example that Tradcons don't actually have a solution.
I literally gave you the solution early.
But that's not a tenable solution. Because how are you? Okay, so everyone hears. Repeat your solution again.
My solution again?
Yeah.
Yeah, simple. My solution is to follow Christ, of course, and to follow the tenets of the Bible in terms of choosing a woman, what a good woman is, in terms of not being promiscuous. That's what the Bible says. Don't be promiscuous. Of course, get married, and that is literally the solution. Of course, the Bible also tells you what a good woman is, what a good woman isn't.
So follow the Bible, basically. Follow the Bible in a nutshell.
Yeah, and the Bible tells you what a good woman is and what a good woman isn't.
Yeah, I'll crack down.
And the Bible tells you to once you know that, you pretty much know everything. You pretty much have the solution. The problem is a lot of these guys don't know what a good woman is, and so they choose a bad woman and then they complain after.
Okay. Let me read you some quotes, okay, from this.
All right, good.
Spineless losers, man. Truly. What else is there? I said influencers like you are hypocritical degenerates who are perpetuating the problem. And then at the end, this guy actually has the balls to insult. Okay, this is the solution. This is the Christ pill. As a Muslim, you should understand these things. No. So not only has he insulted the man, he has also insulted his religion.
What did he say? What did he say?
I'll read it again. Don't worry. It was in response to Amru. Yeah. This is the solution. This is the Christ pill. As a Muslim, you should understand these things. And then he calls him a hypocritical degenerate who perpetuates the problem. And then he calls him a spineless loser. Truly.
Who says that?
Very
Chase.
Chase. He says it to Myron.
Well, I mean, he said spineless loser to every Redpiller out there.
Yeah, but Myron.
Yeah, and then he insulted. He basically insinuated.
Myron is going against his own religion. According to Myron, he knows better than Allah.
No, he did. When did he say that? When did he say that?
He said it when he created a podcast where he told men to be promiscuous.
That doesn't mean he knows better than Allah. He's just saying.
He literally says it every night.
No, he did. Okay, can you find me a video?
No. He literally tells men to go out and get sexual experience. That goes against. That goes against the Quran, bro.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he knows better than Allah.
Yeah, there's a distinction. Encouraging sin and questioning Allah are two different things.
No, he literally has been that atheist woman, that atheist that used to be Muslim woman. Them and said, "Do you know better than Allah?" And he literally couldn't answer. He goes, "No, I'm not saying that." He goes, "Well, if you're telling young men to do what's the opposite of what Allah prescribed in the Quran, then you are saying that you know better than Allah." Then you turn around, it's a new time, it's a new age. And then she said to him, "So you're telling me that Allah, who's supposed to be God, omnipotent, omniscient, all powerful, did not know that these times would come, did not know that this is that what he says would be the right solution?" Yeah, he's going against his own belief system.
How would he write that in a book?
Yes, but to encourage sin and to say he knows better than Allah, that's quite a he's encouraging sin. Yes. Yeah. One is kufr, one is a sinful Muslim, and the other one's a disbeliever.
No, he was asked the same.
I'm telling you Islamically, like he's encouraging sin. Yes, he's doing wrong. Yes, but is he opposed to Allah? And is he questioning Allah to like their faith? No, he's just encouraging sin.
Okay, what do you call a person?
This is the thing. I don't. This is the thing. Okay. I don't make the rules. I don't make my judgment of him. If I have to judge by the scripture and the Quran, he's a sinner, but he's not a deviant, or because that would be a different thing.
Hassan, we all make judgments. That's how we operate in the world. He was directly confronted with the message.
No. Basically, you can't. You can't judge his faith.
Katie,
I
let me
think that's
finish.
what. Yeah.
No, he was directly confronted with the question, and
Yes.
the question was, "So you know better than Allah, then?" And he says, "Listen, it's just a different time. It's just different times right now." And she said,
Bring up the
"Okay,
video.
I
No,
don't
no,
have
we'll
the video right- I don't have the video right now."
we'll take Octavio's recollection.
No, because she literally confronts him.
I saw the video. I saw the video.
Hold on, she's literally asking him the very question
Yes.
that I'm asking right now.
Yes.
And if he turned around and said, "You know what? You're right. What I am saying is wrong because it goes against the law," okay, that would have been. I would have understood Hassan's argument, but Hassan
But he
is
also
not.
says
But
he's a bad Muslim.
He does not say that. He say he stays strong and firm on his on what do you call it, on his belief that he's doing the right thing.
Yeah.
But he says he's a bad Muslim.
Okay, but that point that Octavio just made
That
now,
doesn't matter.
one second. That
If he's
point
a
that
bad
he-
Muslim,
Why
then
doesn't
he's
that matter?
acknowledging that he's sinning.
One second. Because he's Muslim, I'm Muslim, and I'm judging this argument from the Muslim perspective, right? He said if he did say that the times have changed, therefore those rules do not apply, then that's a bit suspicious. But would I go as far as to say that he's what do you call it? He knows better than Allah. That's a bit of implication, but he's encouraging sin definitely, and he should really think about what he said. Yeah.
No, it's not. That was not what the question was asked. The question was asked, "Are you encouraging sin? Do you agree with it?" That was not the question. She was implying whether he had more knowledge than Allah or didn't, because he said, "Oh, it's different times now." Okay,
that's
men
wrong.
have to,
wrong.
men have to move differently. And then she said, "So are you saying that that your God did not know that you know better than your God, and he did not know that these times would come? That what he said wasn't applicable to these times?" And he didn't deny it.
Okay.
That's different, bro. This is nothing about Islam. This is to do if a Christian did the same thing, I would say, yeah, he's denying Christianity. Look who we have. Shout outs. Oh man, I wish I had done the Marco right now, man. My brother, what's going on? What's going on? Yes. Would you like, what's your input on this, bro?
Where do people get the soundboard for this, man? Seriously, I want the soundboard.
Don't worry, guys.
I'm beating Alex and these guys in the senseless out here.
Okay, bro.
Go ahead, bro. What have you got? Kobe, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, go ahead, man. What have you got?
Can you hear me? I'm hearing the timeline. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, bro. I can hear you perfectly.
Oh yeah. What's going on, man?
What's going on, bro?
Man, loving the conversations, man.
Thank you. But Alex won't give me no more points. I'm waiting to find out why Redpill is better than Tradcons, and I still haven't heard. I want to get to the feminist side of it, but he wants to hop on. I killed him on the merit.
No, I mean, you really didn't. So we can move on to the next one.
We
can move on to the next one. It's fine. We can talk about the practical implications of what Tradcons are trying to implement in society. I mean, like, I don't know how you would want me to. I mean, I can demonstrate it to you.
There's only one. I mean, there's a reason why feminism has been fighting for so long to destroy marriage, is because they understand the importance of marriage. There's only the Tradcon message is simple. It's just believe in the tenets that the Bible teaches, and follow those tenets, and you won't be misled. I'm sure Hassan, as a Muslim, would also agree to that.
No. This is why I've supported Alex for a little bit in the debate, because Tradcons are like I'm Muslim, but I have a bit speaking to Christians and I've had my interaction with the Bible and watching religious videos. So I look at the Tradcons. I don't look at them as Christians. I look at them as pseudo Christians, being open. They seem like, I understand Alex's conclusion where they seem like hypocrites. and present, because they don't even present practical solutions like avoid what do you call it,
Bad women.
a prenup,
Yeah.
married, but not taking no consideration of how the law, you'd be at a disadvantage to the law. But they don't quote it back to the Bible. They don't give practice. These are pseudo Christians. That's how I see them. I mean, okay, am I speaking for the Bible? No, because I don't know enough. I wouldn't want to do that. But I can see them as just as an alternative product to the red pill. I respect the red pill more than I respect the Tradcon pill, to be honest.
Okay.
And I have little respect for the red pill, just to say.
Okay. When we started the show, I don't know if you guys noticed or not. We defined what Tradcons are. Okay, we defined it. It means traditionally conservative people, and I even mentioned someone called forgetting his name.
Edward Bowman or something, you said?
Edmund, yeah. So it comes from Christianity. It's, people who hold conservative traditional values, and these conservative traditional values are linked to Christianity because the people who founded this philosophy were Christians and believed in Christian tenets. So that's where it comes from. What it has morphed into, I'm not arguing for that. I don't argue for that.
But the traditional Christians.
When I mention traditional conservative people, I'm talking about traditional conservative values. I'm talking about Christianity. So if I believe that Christianity is the solution, then you would have to follow the tenets of that Christianity teaches, and that would be the solution for society. And this is why I said even Hassan would not disagree with me, because and I don't think not even Alex would disagree with me. I think anyone who believes in anything, Alex believes that if you follow the tenets of the red pill, it will be better for society. I'm sure if I was to tell Hassan, do you take my brother Kobe here? If you follow the tenets of what was what was it again, bro? What was it again? The Kabbalion?
Yeah, the Kabbalion universal principles.
Is that the universal principles? Then the world would be a better place. Hassan, do you disagree that if people were to follow Islam, the tenets of Islam, that the society would be a better place?
That's a loaded question, because and then it's going to lead to what offshoots come from Islam. I believe in Islam, yes, as a solution, but if somebody comes up with Tradcon Islam, I'll reject it outright. And anybody
I'm not coming. I already explained where Tradcon comes from. Okay, I'm not interested in what people have. I'm not interested in how people have shortened the name, or I already explained the history of it. How people use it today makes no, the history of it. The history of it is tied to Christianity, and that's all that I care about. But because I believe, like Alex, he believes that red pill is the solution. KD believes that red pill is the solution. That we should be all out here having sex with 50 women, and then hopefully we'll find a good woman at the end of that. That's their way of thinking,
But this is why Alex has done so well in the debate, because he's not debating Christianity, he's debating Tradcons. And you accept the idea.
Where did Alex go? Where did Alex go?
He's frozen.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but you're frozen.
Why? You see, it's always around 1:45. It's always around 1:45 and like 50 seconds. It's fine. Just if you can hear me, it's fine.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you got a nice smile on your face, so it's a good screenshot to freeze on.
I'm not a happy person. I don't want to be known as happy.
I want to hear from Kobe, man. Kobe, what's your input on this, man?
What do you mean, like what with this whole Tradcon and red pill
debate?
Like, I think like I need to understand like what whether red pill believes in marriage or not.
Yes, it does.
So red pill believes in marriage.
Yes,
but
not by the state. Not by the state.
Then by what?
Either religious institutions or, well, I mean, like you can have this. Well, okay, so it's either religious any marriage that doesn't have the state involved, or a civil partnership.
Okay, so is that not what Tradcon believes in?
No, Tradcons believe in marriage, period.
Okay. I mean, like me personally, I think I'm with the Tradcon with regards to marriage, only because of its like red. I just don't with Red Pill. I just don't like the 50 bodies thing. Like it's just
good thing that that's not the standard. Then
it's not what.
That's not the standard.
Oh, it's not the standard. Yeah, like I think right now, I think I need more information because I was like, you guys have been debating about religion for like the last half of hour.
Oh, nice refresh. Nice.
That was Alex's fault, by the way. That wasn't my fault.
Yeah, I was tuning in to find out about Tradcon and Red Pill a bit more.
But basically, Red Pill do not advocate for marriage, and they when they say marriage outside of the state, they're talking to a primarily atheist atheist community. Most of these guys are not Christians because we all know that Christianity is against sex outside of marriage. So they are talking to people who will not get married in the church anyway. It's like talking to a bunch of atheists. It's like, yeah, guys, as long as you listen, just don't involve the state. But we all know you're atheists, so we know you're not.
I mean, you have to be pretty clear. Who are you talking about? Which red pillar are you talking about?
I mean, with regards to marriage.
No, not you. I mean Nelson.
Oh, okay.
Because he said against marriage or whatever. That's not true. Like as far like Myron has said that he's for religious marriage. So who are you talking about when you say against marriage?
I'm talking about all the red.
It's not Myron.
Myron says don't get married. Myron is actually against marriage, period. But he does say hold on, one at a time. Let's not interrupt each other. Myron does say that yeah, guys, look, just don't involve the state. But Myron is primarily talking to a bunch of atheists. That's his community. Yeah, they're just a bunch of atheist degenerates that want to have sex with a lot of women, a lot of incels there. All right, that's what Myron is talking about. So these guys are not religious anyway. So these guys are not going to have a religious ceremony anyways, which means the conclusion to all of that is no marriage. So if these guys that he's talking to don't believe in religious ceremony, this is how they interpret it. Don't get married. Why would I get? Because the other alternative is to get married in the state with the state. So if you're not going to get married with the state, and I'm already an atheist, how am I going to get married in the first place? It's a
why does Red Pill want to get married anyway if they don't believe in it in a religious sense?
That's a good question.
I'm baffled. That baffles me because like my belief of marriage is more like what Octavia says, the religious perspective, like the moral obligation. I don't understand.
Religious people watch
no. Shall I? Okay. Let me, because I remember the full quote now. Mm-hmm. Myron is not against marriage, but he's not also for marriage. He doesn't swing either way. He says it's up to you what you want to do, but just know that before you get married, these are the things that you should probably do if you want to make sure that you don't kill yourself in the marriage.
Yeah, because he knows that most men will eventually get married. So
I think Myron's coming. I think with Myron's perspective, there's too much fear in there. There's too much fear. He wants like guarantees. He's trying to.
Remember, he's an exceptional guy. So he's an exceptional.
But if he's exceptional, he should have the confidence to get married without 50 bodies. He should have the confidence and the skill to uphold his marriage successfully. But if he's saying you got to do this, this, and that, then he's like, it just sounds like fear. It's like you got to like sow your oats and stuff.
How's he going to do that when?
KD, you said he's an exceptional man. Can you please explain what makes Myron exceptional?
KD?
Oops.
Hold on, just give me a moment. I'm gonna come back.
Okay.
I'll explain it. So So he's making within the top 0. whatever % of earners. He's 6'3", He's a former HSI agent. He's in shape. Those three metrics, or well, I mean, if you want to include education as well, then you can push it even further. I mean, he's fairly competent around women, but just on the objective, measurable metrics, that already puts him within the
top 1%,
less than top 1, because remember he's 6'3".
Okay. I've been on this little delusion calculator, and I typed in my specs. I'm in the top 0.01%. Yeah,
I didn't use it.
These metrics, I don't know. I mean, you could be the fastest runner in the world.
No, yeah. I do think there's something wrong with the calculator. I do think there's something.
I agree.
Yeah, it doesn't make you much of a swimmer if you're the fastest runner in the world. I mean,
but I took the census. I took the data straight from the Census Bureau.
Yeah, so
I calculated it myself.
The point I'm making is, in terms of establishing a long-term successful relationship, these variables don't factor in.
I agree. Because all I heard was he's like got good resources, which is a big deal in a relationship. But at the same time, he could be a piece of shit. What about his character? There's nothing about his character about this, and we don't have any references from any of his ex-girlfriends about how he is in a relationship. So we're just going by his word, and he's going to promote himself to be the best person in the world. But do we really know?
This is why Octavia says the red pill is pseudo-homosexual. No?
Yeah, I'll explain that in a second. But the thing is, I just want to mention one thing that I noticed that Alex, when Alex said, "Oh, he's an exceptional man," and I'm still waiting. Maybe KD has a different take on this. He didn't mention nothing about his character. He didn't mention nothing about what kind of man he was. He was more focused on the fact that he had money. It was his physical appearance was, he's 6'3". That's what made, there was nothing about his moral conduct that impressed Alex.
Do you know why?
Hold on, one at a time, guys. One at a time. Nothing about his moral conduct that impressed the guy. Me personally, don't get me wrong. I care about all those other things. Okay, I don't particularly care about height, but I do care about all of those other things because I think that they are important. But what would impress me more about a man is his character, his moral conduct, the type of a man he is, how accountable he holds himself, and the kind of message he puts out into the world. That's what would impress me about a man. That is what, imagine Jesus saying, "Damn, I didn't make that much money, man. I wish I was 6'3", man."
Can I say?
Katie, do you want to take this one, or should I?
Hold on, Alex. Go ahead,
Kobe.
Yeah, can I say what I would say? Impress me about, like, I want to know about his parental skills, his fatherhood skills, because if he gets married, he's going to have kids, right? And his kids are going to become citizens of society. So what kind of child is he going to bring into the world? What kind of father is he going to be? What kind of lessons is he going to teach his children? That's what I'm interested in if you're talking about marriage, because ultimately it's children and legacy, right? So we need to know about his parental fatherhood skills. Is he going to be a good father? Like all of that, all of those resources to like drive fast cars, live in big houses, it does nothing for us. Like it means nothing for us. It's good for him. But is it even good for his children? Is it good for his woman?
No, he doesn't believe in being around children because it will lower his testosterone level.
Crazy.
Not at the first stage. Not at the first stage
level. You won't be able to perform at a high level. So he says that he will not even live with his wife because it will make him weaker. Because
it's getting more homo by the minute.
Wait, Katie, hang on.
And this is the guy you guys want to follow.
No, hang on. Katie.
No, I think he's talking about me, isn't he? Because I said this on the group.
No, I'm saying, hold on. KD, that's what Myron said. You just repeated everything Myron said. This is not something that
it's biology. It's not, yeah, because I heard it from him. I learned it from him.
As Myron
it's actually biology. I actually researched it myself.
Okay. Has Myron said what you just said? What you said?
100%. Because
So we're talking about Myron. So I'm not.
This is rooted in biological.
This wasn't a shot at you. We were talking about Myron, and I was simply stating the fact.
Yeah. I just came back, so I didn't know.
Yeah. So I was simply stating that that's what Myron believes in. All right. He doesn't believe in living with his wife. Okay. He believes in banging a whole load of chicks. He doesn't believe in staying what you call it, in monogamous relationship. He believes in having multiple wives, and he believes that he should have that consistently and all the time, all throughout his life, because he has to enjoy the fruits of his labor. And in terms of raising the kids, women will do the raising the kids. He's going to stay around men, because it will make him work hard as a man and raise his testosterone levels. And that's the guy they're following, bro. That's the guy.
So I just want to correct that first statement. He does not say to avoid kids forever. He says avoid kids for the first part and let the mom take care. But now that we're done with that, KD, regarding the issue of them talking about what men about what they find valuable in Myron and whether they assess he's a high value man, do you want to take that or do you want me to take that? Because you know where I'm going with this, right?
I don't mind. You can explain it. Yeah, because I just came back, so I need to refresh my mind, isn't it?
No Are you guys women?
No.
Hold on. Let me check. Nope.
Oh, you're not. So what you want doesn't matter. So what you value in a man doesn't matter. You can value his morals but in reality,
are we supposed to? Sorry, Alex. Are we supposed to listen to what women want? Isn't the case? Don't ask the fisherman how to fish or something along those lines. And what's
no. You're not asking. You're not asking about what women want. Like he has done tests by going out to women and done practical experiments to know what women want.
Remember what the objective of this solution is. It's the red pill is a short-term solution it's a temporary solution to a permanent problem. Right.
Agreed.
So when we assess resources, health, wealth, height, so on and so forth, how does that factor into being patient with a wife, being there for the kids, or a variety of issues, which the long term.
I don't understand. We're talking about
now you lower being around women and being a father lowers your testosterone.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Testosterone. My point is
it'll make you weak.
Yeah, my point is
Son,
the objective.
You weak.
I know. My point is the objective really should be to establish a long-term successful relationship, to have kids and live a sustainable life, rather than just
we're not talking about you.
No, not me.
Hassan, let Alex speak. Let Alex
no, it's fine. He can correct me. It's fine.
No, go ahead, Alex.
No. My question is not in relation to what the solution. My issue is that you want to judge whether Myron is a high value man based on your metrics.
Okay.
Which you take into account his moral character and all that. But women don't care about that. Like the first thing that attracts them is height, whatever, wealth, and all those things that I've listed. That's why he's a high value man. Yeah.
Exactly. Why do you guys assume women are moral in today's era?
One second. So the point. So my frustration would be, or my issue would be high value to moral value, or high value in what sense? Is it?
No. We're talking about him being
value.
We're talking about him being desirable to women.
Okay, so let's say desirable. Let's say not high value, because high value has a moral implication. Yeah.
Depends on the metrics that you're setting. If you're talking about high value based on completely, tangible metrics, then no.
Yes. And that would be restricted to desirable, and that would be restricted to sexual, interaction or whatever maybe. But
what makes you think the default position of high value also includes morality?
Because that has more long-term effects, right?
But it's not judged on whether something is as long term. We're talking about the etymology of the words itself. It has nothing to do with the implication. You can say that you can say that, okay, fine, it might be better to include like morality for let's say a better totality of the circumstances.
But that goes back to the argument of a woman should have a low body count, because if she has a high body count, she has lower pair bonding ability. Why does her pair bonding ability matter if it's just for sex and there's no long-term objective of a relationship, marriage, kids, and so on and so on? Why would that matter?
Well,
morality in relation to time, because you want longevity. So morality eventually will come into it.
But that's also why there isn't such a thing as a high-value woman.
Sorry. Can I just say one thing? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if you guys find it contradictory, and I want Kobe to chime in on this. If you know that promiscuity lowers a woman's ability to pair bond, why would you advocate for it if you wanna be able to settle with a woman long term? So you're advocating for something that literally works against you in the long term. So it's like, say, I understand that biologically promiscuous women, that promiscuity lowers pair bonding in women. Okay, but I'm going to still advocate for this in order to
I could be ready. So I could be skilled up to be a husband. That's the logic, right?
Exactly. But the thing is, in the end, what you're going to obtain, I mean, after you've engaged, after you've lowered the pair bonding abilities of a whole bunch of women, I mean, you're not gonna, when you look at the pool of women available in your country, in the area that you're in, and
say that again.
Hold on.
Say that again.
Okay, if every man has pursued in this endeavor to be promiscuous, which we know lowers the ability of women to pair bond, all right, because that's what promiscuity does. It lowers women's ability to pair bond. Aren't you lowering the? Are you lowering the amount of women available?
No. Repeat what you exactly said.
Hold on. Let me just finish my full point. I think everyone right now gets what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's just like, if every man in the country has this.
In what? In the country, right?
Alex, let me finish, bro. If every man in UK has the objective of sleeping with 50 women, all right, that's going to lower that promiscuity, that promiscuous behavior will lower the ability of women to pair bond, which means when it comes to settling down, they're going to settle with women that can't pair bond, which means they'll increase the chances of not being in long-term relationships. It's an oxymoron.
Yeah.
No, it's not, because what did I make you repeat? What did I make you repeat?
Hassan, was not Marco.
I was gonna say, but I knew he was gonna say passport bros and eat up this local resource and then go to another resource and eat that local. It's a never-ending.
No. It doesn't have to be a never-ending.
They're already swamping Colombia and other places. With their silly look. I've got money and I've got status. Please let me marry one of your local.
No, yeah. So I don't agree with that. So I think you just localize and centralize the whores in a certain country, and then everyone gets the experience there, and then everyone leaves to a different country to find a wife.
Like locusts?
What?
Like locusts?
Yeah, sure. No, but you're not. Wow. You're not. Well, not like locusts, because you're not eating up the crops of the other country.
So hold on.
Eventually, you're not gonna go there.
You
like,
destroy
I'm ready to
your
be
own
a good
women.
husband. Yeah.
Hold on. So you destroy your own women. Yeah, the women of your own country. Yeah, you destroy your women to go to another country to take away the women of those men.
No, you're not.
But not everyone will do that. You're assuming that everyone will do that.
Yeah,
but that's what's happening, right? That's what's happening. That's reality.
How many videos of guys going to South America getting beaten up because they're trying to buy off women and whatever, all this sort of stuff?
Exactly. That's because they're doing it
the
wrong
there's some.
way.
I don't.
Because they're man whores in their own country, and then they've come to another.
No such thing as man whores.
Exactly. There's no such thing as that. That's a stupid term.
Okay, see what we are doing right now. Before I was being grilled about Tradcon values. Right now, we're talking about the red pill side of things. All right, that's what's happening right now. And as you guys can see, when it comes to the red pill, honestly, nothing makes sense whatsoever.
No, because you're not listening. It's not because it doesn't make sense. You're not listening.
Alex, I want you to present your best argument for the red pill that you believe that people that you believe will convince people to follow the red pill instead of traditional conservative values.
I don't have a best argument. I have multiple arguments. I don't have a best. I think it's
give me one.
Anyone.
Okay. Okay. What did I just say? Traditional Tradcons advocate that you get married and even in the current circumstances of marriage.
That's Tradcon. We're talking about red pill.
Yeah, we're talking about red
pill. No, yeah. No, so my argument to that,
Alex, because I'm a fair guy, all right. Even though you couldn't give me one about red pill, you went to Tradcon immediately. All right,
the argument is from Tradcon.
No. A Tradcon or a traditional conservative man will tell you that you need a moral obligation first. You need to implement a moral obligation first in your marriage, which means being equally yoked to that woman who believes in what you believe in. So that there are requirements and advices that a Tradcon will give you in order for you to have a successful marriage. Now, remember, nothing is guaranteed in life, okay? But there are certain things that you would have to know in place. But I want to hear the best red pill argument there is that will convince men out there to say, you know what? I'm following red pill from now on, man. I will never.
I told you that's a bit of a red herring because women can switch up anytime. So I mean, like the idea that you just follow these things and you'll be fine isn't a good. The best argument for red pill is an argument against Tradcons.
Oh my gosh! So red pill can't stand on its own beliefs. It has to go to war with another ideology. It can we're asking about the red pill beliefs, but you keep
but red pill beliefs are founded on an antidote to the current. So anything that I say is going to be based on an antidote, which is
can we just
why you are wrong?
And the Tradcon came. The Tradcon came after the red pill.
What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? What are we talking about here?
We want to hear the red pill ideology, like. We have an idea, but we want to hear what attracts you to the red pill ideology. Like what you're attracted to. You like they made statements that you agreed upon, which makes you like into red pill. Like I would have thought.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if you want to, well, it's hard for me to divorce one thing from another because the red pill is an antidote praxis, which means that it's in response to something. So whatever I say is always going to be linked to something. But if you want just general things, self-improvement, being able to make money, which is what every guy acquire resources as quick as possible, be a better version of yourself. Make sure don't simp. Make sure that a woman doesn't boss you around and you end up like, frankly, these current men in society don't have any sense of self-integrity. They don't have any self-respect.
Okay, would you agree? Would you agree? Because Christianity says that you should marry a virgin woman. Would you agree that that is the ultimate not simping? Would you agree that marrying a virgin is when it comes to not simping, that's high up there? No,
high up, not the top.
Not at the top. Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah,
go ahead, bro.
I want to ask Alex and KD whether they would want to marry a virgin. Like, are you guys want to even get married like one day?
No.
It depends. It depends if you change the laws.
Okay, so it's the laws that's because the laws are favorable to women, right?
The laws are not just favorable; they are ridiculously biased in favor. No, the laws are anti-men, not pro-women.
So you
Sorry, what?
You would get married if the laws change.
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, it's not just the laws; it's the culture change. How can you say that when you? I have clearly come on this show and said that we don't want the red pill to exist. The only reason why it exists is because it has to exist.
But
yeah, because this is a unique society.
Yeah,
like these problems are extremely extremely new.
No, not necessarily.
How you didn't have you didn't have all this stuff 15 years ago.
There were no
we're facing a new we're facing an entirely new unique threat.
That's not true. That's not true. Women have always been promiscuous, but the promoting of promiscuity, that's new. The shameless.
When did social media come up? When did social media come up?
Social media, I guess it became popular mid 2000s onwards. Like
what do you
MySpace
think?
And Facebook.
Okay, guys. The best argument, Alex, you said it's marriage. You're saying that if they change the laws, then
not just the laws.
Hold on. So red pill. What red pill is saying? Okay, not just the laws. Okay, but I'm just talking about right now the laws, right? That you mentioned. That's one of red pill's best arguments, right? It's that if you change the laws, men are going to get married to women, and they will stay in long-term relationships with women forever and ever and ever. And all that needs to happen is the laws to change. All right.
Okay. Do you know that if they actually changed the laws and benefited both parties equally, even the secular people would get married?
Yeah, no, because what keeps a marriage together is not the change of laws. What keeps a marriage together is something that is moral obligation. But I'm just asking, can you give me an example of some of these laws that need to change? What would it look like? What laws would actually have to? Can you just give me? How would you change the laws that you would call it fair?
Nelson, you realize what I do for a living, right? Are you sure you want to get into this debate with me?
Are you going to answer the question?
Oh, okay. So, sure, no problem. Okay. We can talk about what do you want to go through first? We can talk through the sexual offenses.
One law that needs to change that you think it would be, oh my days, if this law just changed, I'm telling you, KD would get married tomorrow.
Sure, no problem.
He wouldn't even need to bang 50 chicks. He would just go straight to marriage.
Sure, no problem.
He would not be here.
No problem. You want me to tell you? So before we even get to marriage laws, I think there are fundamental laws in the culture that need to change. The first law is probably the Sexual Offences Act. We need to change the definition of rape under Section 1 to include women basically jumping on men instead of it being defined as penetration of women by a phallic object. That's the first law that needs to change. Second law that needs to change is in terms of, if we want to go straight to divorce itself, we need to get rid of the presumption of 50-50 equal split of assets. And then we need to enforce prenups to a higher standard. We need to revamp calculation of child support payments to account for, let's say, I guess this would be under the term or the umbrella of getting rid of no-fault divorce.
What would the 50-50 look like? Because that's the main one in most people's minds. Most people think, when...
No, that's not the main one.
Okay.
I can guarantee you that's not the main one.
Okay, what would it look like? This is what I'm asking. You said the 50-50 needs to change. The rule of 50-50 needs to change. Okay, what would it look like? How would it change? How would that change? That would make men feel like, oh my God, I'm now going to get, now that this has changed.
Sure. So the 50-50 rule is in relation to a split of assets. So how people divide it is the assets that you, let's say, have before marriage, before you get into marriage, and then you have the woman's side before she gets into marriage. Those things remain untouched, right? And then when you go into marriage, everything that you, let's say, create together, that the first instance, the prima facie presumption is that it is a 50-50 split. Obviously, that's bullshit because the man goes out and he works, he's bringing most of the income. even if you want to say the wife does a full-time job by taking care of the kids and all that, I mean, if you want to take like realistic rates, if you bring in a babysitter, she's not going to, the number is never going to add up to a 50-50 split with the husband's income. And then it's not only income, but it's in terms of the assets that you buy for your house. So if you're refurbishing a house, the house also presumably under a joint tenancy is split.
So what would it look like?
What it would look like? Okay. So I would say well, okay, so this is where the no-fault divorce comes in as well. Because if we repeal that, because let's be honest, right? No divorce is not going to be acrimonious, right? There's always going to be a party at fault, always going to be a party that let's say is blaming the other more, or each party is going to have its gripes, right? If not, like, we wouldn't get divorced in the first place. So there is a chart for calculation of fault. It's called the factual matrix. People use it in the criminal court. So you have like culpability, which is your intent, versus let's say severity of the crime. So for example, if she cheats or she gets abused or whatever, or she's the abuser, that's how you factor in. As to what those numbers would be, you would calculate that probably based on the frequency of the, let's say, reason for divorce. So for example, frequency of cheating in women, frequency of cheating in men, abuse, and all that kind of thing. But I mean, I don't have the stats on me, so I can't give you an exact numbers. But
so what would it look like? So what should it be so that it's favorable to, so that it's fair to men? You
will have to look at the factual matrix.
Remember, I'm here trying to incentivize men to get married again, right? Okay, and you guys are saying we are not getting married because the laws are unfair. Fair enough. All right. So how would you change that 50-50 law to make it fair to men?
I'm telling you.
So that no, so far I haven't heard, guys. Have you heard anything yet that says, okay, this is how the law would have to be changed to make it fair to men?
No, I'm telling you. And then based on that factual matrix, you will calculate the split of assets. That's how you make it fair.
Like can you break it down in a language like,
layman's terms?
Hold on, I know what you're saying, Kobe. I know what you're saying. The splitting of assets, all right? So
but first, like, it's the split of assets, but it's a 50-50 split, or like, is the man in the wrong? Is the woman in the wrong? You got to start from there.
No. So all that would be included in the factual matrix. So for example, the severity of the wrong, it could go from like maybe if you get 50, maybe you should get like a 20% reduction in terms of what you should get because you have cheated, for example. Or if you have abused someone, then you should get a 60% reduction in what you should. That's what I'm talking about. So
okay.
So
what I'm and this is what I'm trying to say. What I'm hearing is what the man comes in with and what the woman comes in with, they should leave with that, and what they have created, that's what should get split into 50-50.
Yeah.
That sounds like it makes sense. Like, that's just
okay. All right.
Generic.
That's
Kobe, are you married?
No, I'm not married.
All right.
Is
so
a strong
he's going to use that against you.
Would you get married if would you choose marriage? I don't know.
I would like to get married, but like you guys, even though I'm not red pill, I think the environment's toxic. I think women aren't feminine enough. Like, the concept of a wife. Exactly. If I'm gonna get married, I want a wife. I don't want a modern woman. So I'm not marrying a modern woman.
Hold on. So going back to what we were talking about. So how would it look like? So so basically, let's say the woman comes in, okay, and the man comes in with his assets. Usually men have more assets than women do. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
And then when they, of course, you're gonna have the.
Wait, are you talking about initial assets or assets created in marriage?
You have initial assets, and then once you come together, you have what you create together.
Right.
But the truth is this. Okay, men earn more than women, and when they come together, men are usually the breadwinner, and women are the ones who usually stay most of the time at home, even if they have a part-time job. All right, and when the kids come, it restricts them from working even more, because unless you've got the money to pay for daycare, okay, these are all the realities, by the way, guys.
Yeah, so they naturally just stay home. Yeah.
So they would have. So that would mean, in case, hold on. So that would mean in case of a divorce, this is what it would look like. A woman would be completely broke, and that's the only way these guys are saying it will be fair for.
That's not what I said.
Why? Because the initial assets that she came in with, will be almost next to nothing, because we know that on average, most men earn more than women. And if we're talking about what they create together, well, they're not creating much together, because guess what? She's staying at home and he's the one working. Which
what else did I also mention? The fault matrix, right?
Hold on. So she gets 20% of his 80%. So please tell, because remember, gender roles, guys. Gender roles is a biological reality, and it does exist. All right. There's a reason why women are supposed to be the maternal ones, the ones who stay at home, the ones who this is what it takes to make a family, guys. All right. Okay. Both of them can't go together to work and raise a child. It's impossible. Who's going to take care of the child? Well, you're going to give it to someone else. You might as well not have a child in the first place. So the thing is, what these guys are advocating for, and what would be, and this is the point out, this is what I was trying to get to, because they all say law is unfair, is unfair, is unfair, but they never actually break down what it would look like to make it fair to men.
Just
because
explain.
If you do break it down to what will make it fair to men, it will be mostly men keeping all of his initial assets.
No, it won't, because of the fault matrix.
And she goes.
Men need most of the power. Let's be honest.
And she goes off with
That's
nothing.
just how it is.
No, I just said there's a fault matrix. So if the man is at fault, then obviously he's going to be penalized severely. If the woman is at fault, let's say she cheats, she should get nothing.
Okay,
what do you mean?
There's no fault. No one cheated.
But this is why I said at the start that the divorce is never going to not be acrimonious. There's no way that's going to happen.
Okay. People are just tired of each other. All right.
That doesn't happen.
Let's presume they're a bunch of atheists. Yeah, they don't have no moral obligation. So they're just tired of each other. All right. One of them gained too much weight. It's too fat. Yeah. He's like me. I've gained too much weight. And she's tired of it. She wants a divorce. All right. According to no fault divorce, she just has to really and truly request that divorce. What does she go away with? Because cheating is easy to bring up, but if there is no cheating, they just got tired of each other, which is a reality. All right.
I said abolish no fault divorce. I said abolish.
I just googled why most people get divorced. It says here,
money,
research says lack of commitment, too much arguing, infidelity,
lack of commitment,
unrealistic expectations, lack of equity in the relationship, lack of preparation in marriage, and abuse. It's like 101 reasons.
Lack of commitment is under the umbrella term of irreconcilable differences, and it also includes money. Okay. Money is a separate category, yes, but it also is included under irreconcilable differences.
But this kind of
yeah, go on.
Karen, Katie, go, Kobe, Karen.
I was going to say, see, lack of commitment. That's why the Christian perception of marriage is more like believable. Like they don't believe in divorce.
Like, but I said to get rid of no fault divorce.
Yeah. That
so if we get rid of no fault divorce, then a woman can't leave because a man got fat.
Yeah, and you can't leave her neither. It goes both
exactly.
ways.
Oh, no fault divorce.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you all be up for marriage if there was no fault?
Yes, that was my whole. That was the whole purpose that's the reason why I created the factual matrix. And before I said,
you created the factual matrix.
I talked about the creation of the fault matrix, and before I brought up the creation of the fault matrix, that's why I said get rid of no fault divorce.
Yo, KD, would you get if they got rid of no fault divorce? Would you get married?
Yes, but I'm gonna say something very controversial.
Go on.
She's gonna be my property. It will be So.
But then you'll be her. Yeah. You'll be her property as well.
No,
it doesn't work that way.
Why not?
Because the man is more valuable than the woman.
Exactly.
You see that attitude right there is why women became feminists.
Yeah,
that attitude right there is why women became feminists.
No, bro. My ideology tells me that men and women are different, but they're both created in the image of God, which means they both have equal value. There's no such thing And a woman can only put out what she can put out due to her biology, due to her difference, and a man can only put out what he can put out.
We debunked that on the last stream.
So no one, because they both complement each other, and in relation of bringing life, no one is better than the other. Basically,
we debunked that on the last stream. You got destroyed by Jake.
That was yeah. Go ahead.
She's my property, and even in the way that Katie said it, seems like a Myron talking point. This is a man who has sex with plenty of women and is going to run away to another country when he decides to get married. It's impractical.
In the 60s, the men would have had the same
thing. Run away from the problem.
Yeah,
that's what he's gonna do.
Let me ask you something, since you guys are having issues with this. I mean, Katie, you can join in. You can come in halfway if you want to. When a woman looks for a man, does she want a man who's taller than her?
Yes.
Does she want a man who makes more money than her?
Yes.
Who's stronger than her?
Yes.
Who's more competent than her?
Yeah.
Who's more knowledgeable than her?
Yeah, why not?
Who's funnier than her?
What?
Maybe, why not? I'll say yes.
Well, I would say a certain level of funny.
A charm. Let's say charm.
Yeah, charm.
I'm hilarious. I'm hilarious.
Yeah. So, I mean, Katie, can you think of any more?
The list is endless. When it comes to women, the list is endless.
Oh, what do men want from women then? On the reverse, what do men want from women?
Be quiet. Don't argue so much. Be polite. Be nice.
Virginity.
Feminine friendly.
Sexual exclusivity.
Yeah.
So feminine friendly, right? Yeah.
So men have a list as well. Okay.
But shorter one maybe.
Yeah, a much shorter one.
Okay, what's the point?
So I've basically described a woman who wants a man. Not only does she have a laundry list of items that she wants from a man in comparison to his, but she wants a man who's better than her in every single aspect. So why should a man come in and treat her as equal?
Okay, let me.
That's why she's our property.
Please debunk this, Octavio.
Let me just listen to this.
Because he's not gay, right?
Hold on, wait. First of all,
oh God.
First of all, listen. There's no such thing as equal. All right, we treat each other accordingly to our biology, according to our differences. There is no such thing. This is why a woman wants a man that's stronger than her. All right, because she's weaker physically. This is why when you're talking about a woman wanting someone taller, she attributes being tall with strength. That's the reason. That's how she thinks of it. All right. She thinks that he's taller, he's going to be stronger. The reason why she wants someone stronger is because just like a man doesn't want someone strong, just as strong as him. Why would okay? It's like me saying, look, I'll put it on reverse for you guys so you guys can understand. It's like me saying, why would a man want someone who's weaker than him? Why would a man want someone who's shorter than him? Why would a man want someone?
just for the sake of argument,
it's just like you understand what I'm saying to you. The equivalent.
Yeah, but it's wrong.
The thing is, she wants someone stronger because she's weaker, because that's her biological reality. All right, it doesn't make the man more special. It's the same way. Why would a man want someone who's weaker than him?
Why would any human being want two right hands? You have a left hand and a right hand. They complement.
No, but here, Hassan. Here's the thing, right?
Yeah, so that's a moral judgment you're taking. You're physically weak. There's a purpose behind that.
Exactly. No. But
it's for the child. The child needs.
But here's the thing.
One at a time, guys.
Sorry.
Let me finish.
No, but here's the thing. We understand that men naturally have a lower threshold of what they want from women than women want from men.
Correct.
Therefore, simply because they have a lower threshold, women aren't that valuable.
No.
Because they're common.
No.
What is something common? It's economics. Something that's common is not going to sell for high price.
You know what? I listened to like 3 hours of the last episode and I loved it. You guys had a great conversation. What I would say is I feel like the value of a woman is not in the same place where the value of a man is. And you guys need to appreciate where the value of a woman is. Like you guys don't value where the strengths of a woman is.
Yeah,
Like,
we don't value.
You're looking at her with the lens of a male,
A homosexual.
No, we don't.
and that's what leads to the homosexualness, because you're looking at her from the lens of the strength of a man. When the strength of a man in a woman is not, doesn't make sense. You need to look at.
We do value what a woman brings. We value
but you couldn't name it. Octavio asked you. You couldn't name the values. What was it again? I didn't hear it.
Alex. Basic. Please, Alex. Octavio, let me just respond to Alex's point that he made. This a fallacy. You said something is more rare, therefore it's more valuable. If you have a room with less oxygen, is it more valuable than a room with more oxygen?
We're talking about commodity.
We're talking about resources.
Alex, let me ask you this question: are men inferior because they want a woman that's shorter, that's weaker? Are men inferior? Because the argument that you make is that women want a superior, right? That's the reason why they want someone who's stronger, taller, and so on. So are men inferior because they want someone shorter, weaker?
Better question. Are they pedophiles? That's what they say.
Listen to the argument.
You're a pedophile. You're like a younger woman. You're a pedophile.
No.
That's what they say. That's what the women say.
Exactly. So that would make a man a pedophile, right? So listen to the argument. Women wants a superior, right? But if we reverse that, men want an inferior. So are men inferior for that?
That's not why men are inferior. I'm saying that men are superior because their laundry list of things that needs to be satisfied is way more than what a man wants from women.
Hold on, what type of woman has this laundry list?
They all do.
Most women.
No. Every time you guys tune into these podcasts or these dating podcasts, it's the same women, the same type of women that usually go to these. If you actually speak,
no, that argument was debunked. They get all types of.
Have you ever like, you guys need to understand, women are impressionable, so they can give you the list of 100. But if you've got skills, like, you can still persuade her to date you or be with you. Like,
of course, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be extremely difficult.
It's not going to be hard. It's not going to be hard. Women are more impressionable than men, because men are logical, right? So there's so many women I've met that said, I don't want more children, or I don't want children, and then they meet a guy, they go have children, and it's like I took what they said as belief. Like, you shouldn't take what, like, sorry ladies, but you shouldn't take what women say literally. Like if a woman's saying they want a list of this and that, like, a woman would say she wants a rich guy. A rich guy with a gym body, but how many women out there settle for a guy with a dad bod and stuff like that?
What happens when they settle?
What happens when
What's the marriage like once they settle?
I don't know,
bro. Kobe, it's
What's
not
the
even
divorce
that.
rate?
Kobe, it's not even that. It's not even that. When you hit this long list of things that these women want, are usually being spewed out by modern promiscuous women, modern feminine.
You guys act as if it's 2008.
Let me finish.
I mean, Katie, you see it, right? I don't know what to do.
It's not 2008. We have so many.
Can we just debunk this 2008 thing, because we were actually young in 2008 and we just wasn't that great back then.
No, KD does that. KD thinks it's an argument because it's trying to use shaming language. He thinks it's getting somewhere. But anyways, the truth is the truth. There's no age to the truth. But the thing is, I've heard many times when Pearl has brought in like really feminine women, like really traditional women that really believe in traditional values and religious values, both Muslim and Christian women that she's brought in as a comparison. And even Myron, they've had extremely traditional women. Like I think like a handful of times they had it. And these women don't have no long list of things that what Alex and KD are basically talking about. It's they're talking about what the mind state of the modern feminist woman and the things that she wants, okay, which is absolutely ridiculous. All right, no,
Are women honest with what they want?
Speak to a proper feminine traditional religious woman and you will see she doesn't speak in terms of having some long list of things a man has to fulfill. It's BS.
Are you telling me that a religious woman doesn't have a certain monetary standard or a certain height standard? Is that really your argument?
No, my argument is that their hypergamy is not on steroids. There's
how would you know that?
The reason why we have a term,
religious people. Would you like me to give you an example of a religious woman?
Sorry.
Right now?
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, go on. Who's a religious person?
Do you know who Billy Ray Brandt is?
No. But you're just giving one example, like that's just
but she's a prominent
favoring your perspective.
Like, I understand that, but you guys are unable to give your example.
What's the name?
Your only example is of Billy Ray Brandt. Look at her husband. He's
but most religious women aren't Googleable. They're at home.
Exactly.
She preaches the Tradcon movement.
Exactly. Yeah, Tradcons are BS, bro. They're fakes.
Exactly.
Every religious woman on X is not a real Christian.
Seen her profile picture. I'm like, this ain't no religion, man.
These are crazy assumptions to say that most like,
okay, hang on. I'm gonna read you a stat.
Most Christian women at that. These are crazy assumptions to make. I couldn't even say that.
They're not assumptions.
Oxabi made a video on this. He made a video on this where he's describing this fake Tradcon women.
You don't understand.
Videos. I've seen one of his clips. It's really good analysis. These Tradcons are straw men. They're just capitalizing on this Redpill, YouTube, Twitter movement and just presenting semi-solutions. But they fall apart because they're not really Christians. They're not really Muslims. If they were, they should be living out the truth.
Yeah, it's like
they're just hopping on the trend.
Yeah. Sorry, Katie. It's like I said to Alex, yeah, and it's like I said to Alex. Look, if I ask Kobe, did you grow up in a Christian household?
Yes, I did.
Exactly. Alex, did you grow up in a Christian household?
Sure.
Yeah. KD, you didn't grow up in a Christian household.
No.
Okay. Now, if I speak to most people trying to call these people Christians, no. Kobe believes in Kabbalion, and atheist is Alex is an atheist. That's what he is. Okay. In my eyes, they've chosen degeneracy. But guess what? Most people are going to call these guys Christians because guess what? When they turn around and they speak, they're going to be like, yeah, I came from a Christian household, but
they're not, because I would never tell them that I was Christian.
And I'll get offended.
That's a ridiculous assumption. That's the worst assumption I've ever heard in my life.
Tell him, man. Tell him. I'll get offended if they call me a Christian.
Yeah, the point is, when you ask most people, they say, yeah, I came from a Christian household. So people make the assumption that they are somehow Christians. These are not Christians. Most of these people are just atheists. They don't follow the Christianity. They're not religious by any stretch of the imagination. But when
you talk to someone, they're not going to say I was in a Christian household. They're going to say I don't believe in Christ.
No, even when it takes statistics, right? Oh, what's your religion? Of course, they're going to put the religion that they grew, that their family was attached to.
No.
Hold on a second. Does that mean that these people are religiously attending church every Sunday, are religiously reading the Bible every other day, are religiously trying to repent and change their lives around? No.
Because they're not going to say that in the first place. They're not going to. I don't know where you're getting this information from, that people who want to go around and be pretentious and fake their religion. They're not. Most people who have grown up in a Christian household and are no longer Christian would not say they are Christian. They would not even lead with the statement, I come from a Christian household. That's such a weird statement to say.
Okay. I'm going to play a video.
The time I'll do that is if they're trying to send me to war.
Hold on, I'm going to play a video.
Yeah.
I'm going to play a video, yeah? I'm going to play a video, yeah? Just to shut this argument down, yeah? It's quick. It's a quick one, yeah? Just bear with me. Just bear with me, yeah? Because I think this will kind of. All right, ready? Go.
Andrew is like, look, I get what you're saying, but the answer right now is not the church or the way the church does marriage, because Christians have a 25% divorce rate as well. So they're not doing significantly better than anybody else. They may be having more kids, but they're still just as bad in divorce or maintaining a marriage as everybody else is. So that can't be that's not the solution for this right now.
So let me address that, because it's actually not true. So inside of the United States, when people are asked what type of religion they follow, right, as a form of average, they almost always will respond that they're Christians as a self-identifier. But if you dig into the data a little bit more, especially from Pew Research has been great about this. They identify people by how often they go to church, how much they participate in the religious activities versus people who just self-ID and don't. And you will find that the people who actually participate in the religion and don't just self-ID as being that religion, the metrics are far better. Less rates of divorce, less rates of addiction problems for children. The children do better. The parents do better. They actually make more money. Almost every single metric they do better in. So it's kind of.
So what actions do they take that are so different than the heathens?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
So what they look at.
You're saying they're not real Christians?
Yeah, I'm just saying it's a self-ID. It's no different than when a man says he's a woman. It's just a self-ID. There's no truth to it.
Yeah, look, I think Andrew, when we disagree loudly, but when we agree, I think we agree. And he's absolutely correct. I mean, people who identify as Christian, they're essentially saying, yeah, I'm Christian, like I'm Caucasian, like I'm German by ethnicity, but am I German from Germany? Do I have any German, do I do any rituals or anything in my family that has anything to do with that? So yeah, there are plenty of people that identify as Christian, but what the statistics reflect and what reality, again, common sense, let's get away just from statistics, because it's easy to lie with statistics. It's not hard to you don't need to be a weatherman to know which way the wind blows. Practicing Christians who belong to a church, belong to a faith community where there's a group of people who are dealing with similar struggles in life. They have the support of other people in that community. The children are raised together with similar values. Yeah, of course, those people are going to have a stronger bond with each other, with their community. When they have problems, they're going to be more likely to have a support system to talk to. Like, this is not rocket science, but it doesn't get back to the fundamental problem, which again, most people aren't in that situation.
Thank you.
So what was your point with that?
Yeah.
Hold on. Before just want to we got a new Sean Fleming. Shout outs to Sean Fleming. What's going on? Sean, you're more than welcome on the Solution Podcast channel. Feel free to engage. Leave your comments. You're more than welcome, mate. Yeah, there you go, guys. I mean, listen, this is a no-brainer.
What's your point?
Yeah, we don't know what the point was.
You can't just show a video and then say that proves it. Tell me what your point is.
Oh my days! What
the only point I got was that those 2 billion Christians, how many are really practicing?
No, that's not the point that was being made. Is the majority of a lot of people, because Europe was Christian historically. It's no longer. It's now a secular country. It hasn't been since the 1700s. Okay, because most people today have gone away from Christianity and have adopted an atheist mindset, a secular mindset. But guess what? Because of their families and the religion that they've been attached to, or their family has been attached to, they identify themselves as Christian. So people have this view that Alex has, which is, you see what these Christians are doing. But the thing is, if I was to introduce you to real Christians that attend church consistently and every single day, all you have to do is just come to me. Alex, come to church with me a couple of times. Maybe you'll see some different Christians that are not online. Maybe you see some real practicing Christians, and you're going to see in that community there, you're going to see, this is what the guy was trying to say. That's a no-brainer, guys. This most people identify themselves as Christian as just an ID. It's just like, that was the religion I came from. That's it. But the thing is, if you're talking about real practicing Christians who go to church, who actually really practice the thing, and if you want to find those out, you can just come to church and we'll find those. So you see that it's different. They don't get divorced. They don't get divorced. Different.
I have a question. So does that mean that the Tradcon is misrepresentative of Christians?
No, the traditional conservative people who believe in traditional conservative values are basically people who historically comes from that. It comes from Christianity. That's what I'm trying to say. It comes from the philosophy, the movement itself comes from Christianity. The people that founded were Christians and they had Christian values. This is where it came from. Now, these people, if you're a Tradcon, you should be advocating for Christian values. That's what you should be doing. So if you see a Tradcon not advocating for Christian values, he's probably going against traditional conservative values. Listen, Tradcon, trad means traditional. Con means conservative. These are Christian values because that's historically where it comes from. All right. Anyone who does, if a Tradcon is not abiding by that, he's definitely not a bloody Christian. He's not a Tradcon.
Here's my problem with the Tradcons. None of the disciples were Tradcons. They were just Christians. This term Tradcon is just convenient, and it might even be a deviant from the actual Christianity itself.
That's why the name traditional conservative.
Just call yourself a Christian, and then you can have a quantifiable, objective measure we can measure people by. This Tradcon stuff is just it's just a red. It's that's why Alex can poke so many holes so quickly in their practice. These are people who outwardly speak about their sins, present no real solution based in the Bible or whatever.
And then bash other people.
Yeah, bash other people.
I would say
they have very poor Christian values.
No,
if we were talking about Christians, and sorry, Octavio. If we use Christians as an example, they're simple. It's fine. It's the Bible, so on, and that's our belief system, and we follow the disciples, and so on. It's simple. And we can forgive them for their shortcomings because the Bible, the book that they compare themselves to or measure their life to, forgives them. So we can't be so harsh on them.
These Tradcons, they enter the political realm. Okay, it became a political movement, and in the political movement, they lost themselves in the political movement. I agree with you. I completely agree with you. They should have just called themselves what originally they were in the first place. That's what they should have. But once
some are not religious though.
Sorry?
Some of them are not religious.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are not religious. There's a lot of people that identify themselves as something and they don't really follow it. In fact, in fact, that's a reality. There are many people that would love to go to the gym every day, okay, but they never go. All right. So that's a trait that most human beings have. This idea that, I identify myself, but I don't follow it 100%. Well, welcome to humanity. Most human beings don't. They identify.
Alex is asking for 30-40%.
They identify themselves as something, but they don't necessarily follow it 100%. Please show me one guy, one human being, one woman, one man that has followed everything 100%. You won't find one. So
but there's only one group bashing other people.
Crucify Christians for making the same mistake. It's just hypocritical.
Bashing other people.
So why do they preach? Why do they preach?
It's not about them sinning. It's about the fact that you want to wreck people.
Hold on, they're preaching for you to follow Christ. They're not preaching for you to follow them.
No, they don't deserve to preach. Those people who are sinning, they don't deserve to preach.
Okay, no worries. No worries.
You gotta shut them down. Like seriously.
Imagine applying that to KD's life. Because you don't follow everything that you believe in, you don't deserve.
But I'm not preaching though. I'm not advocating for preaching though.
Bro, every time
I'm not preaching.
Every time you speak, every time you say I don't believe in marriage, you're preaching. Every time you say anything, you're preaching. Every time.
He's not bashing anyone.
Wait. Let me just answer the question. What we preach is for humans to follow Jesus, not to follow us. I'll ask Kobe.
The thing is, I consider myself more Christian than most of these people who grew up Christian because I don't do any of the things that it says in the Bible.
That's nice.
Yeah,
that's great. But the point is, when a Christian preaches, he preaches for people to follow Christ, not to follow themselves. I would never tell another human being to follow me according to my example. These preachers have every right to preach because they are preaching for people to follow Christ. And if we're going to start raising these standards, you have to be perfect in order to preach. Well, bro, let's put you on the...
But you have to look at it.
I guarantee you that I would be a much better example.
Let Kobe go.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, but you have to realize that if you're saying follow Christ, the first thing we're gonna look at is what is Christ doing for you and how you behave. Right? That's the first thing we're going to look at.
Yeah, that's true. That's exactly it. And that's exactly it. So anyone who but the thing is, the key is to follow Christ, not to follow me.
But you're a representative. You're like
I'm
an agent. You're like an agent. You're a representative.
Exactly.
You're a reflection of Christ's teachings, right? So if you can't be committed to his teaching, why am I trying? If you can't
but it's even worse.
Exactly.
It's very simple. It's very simple.
And that's why I respect Islam.
No. So it's very simple. It's very simple. It's very simple. First, we have to be honest about the truth. The truth is most people don't actually follow 100% of what they claim to believe in. That's the first. First, we need to be truthful about that. Second, what you're being asked for, what you're being asked to do is to follow Christ, not to follow that person. Third, you have to evaluate what Christ said according to Christ's merit. If it's not for you, it's not for you. You don't follow it. But for you to turn around and say, "Oh, I don't follow it because of you," it's not really a valid argument.
But you're the first hurdle.
KD said,
sorry to cut you, but for me to be interested more in Christ, I've got to be inspired for what Christ is doing for you. So you're the first gatekeeper. You're the first door. Like, when I
exactly.
see Christ,
also, on top of that, I would say,
I think I'm the first.
I would say if you can't even follow your own teachings, it also says something about the practicality of the religion.
Exactly. It makes sense, right?
And KD made a good point.
Does every Muslim follow Islam to a T?
No. Islam doesn't require you follow.
But they're not bashing people.
Does that Hassan? Does that make Islam a false religion because every Muslim doesn't follow Islam to a T?
Oh God!
Answer the question, bro.
The thing is, even the ones who bash people, they do actually practice what they preach. They're just more extreme about it. I think extremism is terrible.
Hassan just contradicted
you don't want to be on the extreme side.
Hassan just contradicted you, KD, completely. He literally just said, no, every Muslim does not follow to a T. Hassan,
obviously, there's a few bad apples.
Hold on. Does that make Islam a fake religion to you, Hassan?
No.
Thank you. What are we talking about, guys?
That wasn't the argument.
Yeah, to be fair, Octavio.
That's not the argument.
They're looking for Tradcons, not Christians. Tradcons are presenting a false. They're not even polite in their Christian ways. From what Alex has represented, they present no real solution, and it's sanctimonious, as he said.
Okay, which Tradcon are you talking about?
Chase is one.
Wait. Would you actually like a list? Would you like a list?
Hold on.
There's only one I can think of.
Yeah, give him the list. Yeah.
The Crowder guy.
The Crowder guy. Okay.
Stephen Crowder's a perfect example.
So what did Crowder do that made you believe that what Crowder stands for is bad?
You got a breakup, I don't know.
He did. It's not the fact that he got divorced that doesn't bother me. I'm Muslim, so I have no problem with divorce. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. But it's him. He's disrespectful. He wears a dress. I'm pretty sure I've seen him wear a dress on a few occasions. I've seen that in the Bible. He's disrespectful, pretty racist, disrespectful to his wife from the clips that I've seen. He seems to be a person of low character. At the least, the faith can present you, makes you have a base level character,
Yo, is that what makes him a bad Christian? Is that what you're saying to me?
If he's judging from face value.
For me, yeah, absolutely. If I see a Christian man wearing a dress, I don't think he's much of a Christian.
Because he shouted at his wife, yeah, because he wore a dress to be funny to basically it's called parody, by the way.
It's called a sin.
Doesn't matter. It's a sin.
Not when you're doing it to mock. Not when you're doing it.
Yes, it is
a
parody.
Should we go to the Bible?
Hold on.
Okay.
Usually, when I see Stephen Crowder, he's not wearing dresses. He usually just wears t-shirts. He just wears t-shirts and a jean. So if you know that this guy is in the world of entertainment and he sometimes does funny things that are supposed to be based on parody. For you guys to be that judgmental, I don't buy it.
Okay, so him simulating sodomy, that's fine with you?
Simulating? No, that's not fine with me.
Well, I'll show you clips. I'll show you clips of wearing a dress.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I can tell you straight up that I disagree with that.
Sure.
But the thing is,
that's where you draw the line. That's where you draw the line. Should it not be the Bible where the line is drawn? If I'm trying to assess how much of a Christian you are,
how much of a Christian?
I'm not saying Christianity. I'm not shitting on Christianity. I'm just saying if you call yourself a Christian, act like a Christian. If you call yourself these Tradcons, it's a new term. Yes, you're a Muslim. If you're gonna call yourself Muslim, act like a Muslim.
Okay.
So my problem with their Tradcon is they pick and choose. And there is a political agenda, and it's pseudo white supremacy, from what I can tell.
Tradcons. We've already agreed it's a political movement.
Okay, I'm just dissing Tradcons. Not
what you're doing is it's trying to shame the characters that believe in traditional conservative values and picking apart all their little faults. Hold on, exactly. If your life was under the lens of a camera, okay. Yes. Most people will be able to look at your life and pick it apart as well and say, okay, hold on. But no one would turn around and say, but the argument wouldn't actually have any merit because the thing is, if there's a difference between judging the religion and judging the person that follows the religion, and since no human being ever follows anything 100% or perfectly, it's stupid to turn around and say, yes, the religion is wrong because of that guy.
I'm not saying the religion is wrong.
That wasn't the argument.
I'm saying Tradcons are false. They're fakes. They're dishonest, as Alex would argue. Right? No, there is no camera lens in my house. But if I had a TV show and it was on YouTube and I called myself a Christian and I was wearing a dress and doing mimicking sodomy, then you can question my faith. What I do in private is between me and God. What I do in public, that's something else. And what I promote in public is something else. And what I say in public is something else. So these Tradcons are self-righteous. They're opportunists, and they're not really Christians.
All right.
Exactly. No one can actually judge your faith, but you can only judge them.
Based on my interaction with you, Octavio, I would say you're a Christian. I would say you're a committed Christian.
No, I'm a bad Christian.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm judging with my eye. I'm judging with my eye, and you can judge yourself with your eye, which is good. It's good that you don't refer to yourself as a great Christian or whatever. I hope he's still listening. But the day that Octavio comes on this live wearing a dress and says crazy things, then I'm gonna question his faith. That's all I want to say. That's all. I hope you heard that.
Yeah. Or if he comes in naked or something.
No. I mean, at the end of the day, what we are really talking about is how much people judge people. But it's fine. To me, it says nothing about the religion because if you're going to talk about people's faults, then yeah, I mean, I couldn't even.
Yeah, from face value. Face value.
Alex and KD, are you questioning the religion or the people who present themselves?
People.
The I'm not questioning the religion.
Yeah, I'd say the people too.
We're questioning these Tradcons.
It's always the people. It's always the people. Because
the conservative belief is a political belief, and they hide behind that political belief. It's truly disgusting what I've read from some people. They literally hide behind that conservative belief in order to push some BS agenda. Well, from what I've seen.
I gave you the example, right, of the born-again virgins.
Exactly. Yeah, that's an example.
Bro, I can't even, as a Christian, I can't even take that argument serious because there's no such thing as a born again virgin.
Yeah, but you guys believe in that. That's the point.
No, but
not you, but it's being propagated.
Yes.
As someone who believes in the Bible and believes that I can't even take that argument serious.
Well, those people are calling themselves Christians. That's
there's people that advocate for homosexuality and call themselves Muslims.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
yeah.
It's like you guys.
But then they get shut down. That's the difference.
It's like the argument that all priests are pedophiles when there's pedophilia everywhere. It's the same thing. It's just silly. It's a really nonsensical argument.
But it was covered up. Why wasn't it exposed? It was covered up.
You can see the liberal attack on the church, but why can't you see the conservative attack on the church?
Conservative attack on the church. I never
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I never actually disagreed with you that some of what these Tradcons do are against the Bible. I never actually.
They're actually the worst enemies.
So
like
Alex,
if you
what the
didn't,
argument?
Katie, you're not making any sense at all.
How?
Because you're coming out with these, the worst enemies.
They are though.
So,
if you actually paid attention, they are. They actually are.
Paid attention.
I mean,
hold on. Let me and Katie talk for a minute. Paid attention to what?
The conservative belief system is infiltrating the church. That's why. That's what I'm trying to say.
What is conservatism?
It's basically like a political belief, whatever it is. But they're hiding behind it, and they're trying to.
Where does it come from? What does it stand for?
Conservative.
Okay, what does it stand for? What does it teach?
Yeah, it's a political belief. It's.
No,
I think it's.
What's the message?
What does it teach, Katie?
What's the message?
Hold on, let me look it up.
There you go. You don't know what you're talking about, bro. Guys, I'm gonna have to finish soon.
Give me a moment.
So what do the Tradcon? Do they not advocate for marriage? Like
Hold on.
They do.
Yeah, averse to change or innovation, and holding traditional values. That's the.
Yeah. What is that?
No, of course they don't.
So
no, what is that? What is the traditional values that
they don't? They say it's up to the individual belief.
What are you talking about? Adhering to traditional values
on
means hold on, it means a specific set of values. Please tell me give me an example of these values.
Like men should go work.
What do you mean? Say that again.
That's what I'm saying, bro, man. Oh my days.
Yeah,
man.
but the conservatives don't push that. Like they're like, oh, do what you want and everything. That's what I'm trying to say. They hide behind that political belief.
The problem is you don't even know the values that they are supposedly going against, and that is the problem.
Exactly,
that's why,
because they confuse themselves. They confuse themselves. On one hand, they're Christian, and the other hand, they're not.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're making a judgment, and yet you don't even know what the values are. I've literally just.
I don't even know their values. That's the thing. I'm confused by their values too, from what I've seen.
So why are you making the judgment?
Because from what I've seen, I'm trying to explain it to you.
No,
from
that's
what I've seen from people on social media and everything.
Katie, you have to admit that you're being extremely ignorant, because if you don't even know the values that traditional people adhere to, and you're saying that these people are just they're the worst enemy and they are what and whatnot, it's absolute nonsense, bro. You're talking nonsense. You have to at least know, okay, these are the values that these people adhere to, okay, and they are not following it. And I would agree with you. If they're not following it, I would absolutely agree with you guys. Absolutely. If he's going against what they supposedly believe in, they absolutely, yeah, you're right. They're not following it. But if you don't even know the values that these people are supposed to believe in, how can you say they are the worst enemy?
They hide behind the political belief, man.
You're making an argument in bad faith.
The religion has been infiltrated by politics, in my opinion. Like they don't.
We have an extremely
they pick and choose. Yeah.
We have an extremely bad, evil pope right now. Yes, I believe that. Yeah, but guys, I have to finish soon. Give me your last thoughts quickly.
No, I just want to say big up to the podcast, man. Nice greeting you guys. Yeah, keep the good work.
Come on more, man. Come on more.
Yeah, I'll try. I'll try.
Yeah,
I'll try,
I need
man.
more people, man.
This is
not for sure. This is definitely fun.
It is fun, bro. It is fun. I'm telling you, man. You get to release some tension. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? You're seeing all
intellectual as well.
Exactly, and you see all this nonsense in the world going on right now. You know what I mean? You get to challenge each other's ideas like men. And this is what men are supposed to do: challenge each other's ideas. And to me, this is what this says. This is a safe space for men to have these intellectual, strong conversations that they need to have. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, just going off the last point, I absolutely agree with Hassan. If I actually didn't disagree with Hassan, I know you lot probably understood 4 hours disagreeing with Hassan. I wasn't. Yeah, of course, if they are not following Christian values and they're not adhering to those values publicly. And Hassan actually made a very good point. What you show publicly and what you show in private are two different things. In public, you should be a bit more careful if that is, if because you're representing that religion and belief. So they are working against the things. So I completely understand what Fingy was saying. And in relation to KD, I just couldn't understand why KD was saying what he was saying, but yet he didn't know what the conservative values were. That was my issue. It's like, bro, you have to at least know that to make those statements. And me, my entire argument against all of this was, well, none of us are perfect. None of us are 100%. We all do fucked up shit. It's just that some of us get to hide, others we get to criticize because they are in public view. But at the end of the day, it's not what people do. Okay, even though it represents what that belief it represents what that belief the actions represent that belief, but the belief itself is what people should focus on, not on what people do. That was my entire point there. So follow Christ, don't follow me. That is the message, okay? Because at the end of the day, if you do convert to Christianity, you're still gonna have to follow Christ. It's still good. That's gonna be your personal battle, not mine. You know what I mean? And you can't use me at the end of time in Judgment Day and go to God and be like, yo, it was because of that guy Nelson that I couldn't do this and I couldn't do that. No, you're supposed to follow Christ, not Nelson. That's what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Alex, go ahead, bro.
I'll let them go first. It's fine.
Okay, I'll give my. Can I give my last thoughts and then?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, if you want a typical example, or for me, a typical example of a Tradcon is Just Pearl. She promotes traditional conservative values, but her way of life and who she is as a person isn't by that metric. She promotes
great example,
a way of life to the people, but it doesn't prioritize, I'm assuming, a connection with God, which is what the point of traditional conservative values are there for. Prioritizing the people over God. That's how I see it.
Are you taking into account the political traditional conservative thing is a political movement, not a religious movement?
She's very
exactly.
It's a guise. It's something that's pretending to be unfortunately religious, but it's really there political, and it's got its foot in both fingers in both pies. But we really should be instead of spoiling both pies, you should just eat one in a sense. So yeah, she's a perfect example. And as a religious person, I agree with most of Alex's points. A true traditional Muslim, for example, if this Tradcon disease comes our way, isn't vulgar, doesn't talk about the sins publicly, prioritizes the connection with God rather than the people, and offers God as a solution rather than whatever shifting anti-red pill movement that they have that they're trying to promote. That's me done.
KD.
No, I don't have much last thoughts, but yeah, it was a great conversation, and I'm glad that we can have these conversations as men, because nothing was personal. We're just having ideas and battling it out, isn't it? So we're not women, so we gotta have these conversations more. And I always feel tested when I'm coming in here anyway. So I'm glad that you guys are testing me.
KD, I was in my emotions, bro. What are you talking about? When I hear Alex spew out some of the nonsense that he spews out, I get proper triggered. I'm telling you.
That's fine.
KD would call me weak for that. KD would call me weak for that because I'm a father. My testosterone level has gone completely.
Because you're around other men. So you're around other men. You're around us. So you're not around your kids. So there's no reason for you to have low testosterone now.
I think he was just joking.
Bro, he was.
I see what you did there. Alex, go on.
I'll let Kobe go. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Has he gone?
Oh yeah, I'm here. I said my piece. Like I just came on. Yeah, I like Hassan's point as well. Like just Paul being the classic Tradcon. Like I understood more what the hell it's all about. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, this I don't. the best way to understand a religion is through praxeology. To look at the people who practice it and not what it says in theory, because it gives you the additional lens of whether the religion itself is practical or not. It's no use trying to live up to an ideal that you can never reach, which is what most Christians try and fail to do. And in the end, when they don't make it, they make up some bullshit about where we have eternal salvation or whatever. It's just tired. It's just a really tired argument. It sounds like a woman argument. Zero accountability for anything. It's always someone else's fault. Other people have to pay for my sins. But that isn't like I enjoyed it in general. I wanted to go into a lot more. More.
Bro, unfortunately, guys, family matters has forced me to end the live.
Can I say one more thing?
I just want to have a vote on who won the debate between me and Alex, of course. So can we just have a vote on that? Obviously I won, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, let's just yeah.
I vote for Alex.
Oh, thanks, bro.
I
mean, that means I've already won. I've already won because I have KD as well, right?
And I think I'm gonna change your name from
Alex. I vote for Alex too.
I'm gonna change your name. I'm gonna change your name from Alex to Andrew Tate because you sound exactly like Andrew Tate, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
I mean, in Christianity's moist, Islam's the future. You know it, man.
Do you want me to start talking like him as well?
Yeah, why not, man? Shake your head, man.
Perspicacity.
British American accent.
Yeah, go, Kobe.
No, I call it a draw. Well, I don't know enough about this stuff.
What about the rest?
I mean, like, it's not
hold
fair.
Hold on. Remember what you're going for. Yeah. If you vote for you're voting for Redpill.
Look at him. Look at him. He's trying to influence the vote.
Yeah. So for now.
If you're voting for Alex, you're voting for Redpill. If you're voting for me, you're voting for Tradcon. That's it.
Yeah, you know what Tradcons are like, though.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I'm leaning towards Tradcon, but in terms of the debate between you and him, I don't know what the hell. Like, I just joined in. Like,
which part of the debate are you talking about?
Like the Tradcon debate.
What do you?
Tradcon versus Redpill, no?
Yeah, that's what I was voting for.
Yeah. What's better for society? Is it the Redpill?
Yeah, then it's definitely Tradcon. So as far as I understand it,
so Hassan can never ever.
No. I just realized.
Yeah, I thought Hassan was Tradcon. I thought Hassan was Tradcon. Personally,
I like.
No, he's
Alex,
not.
I think Alex won the vote, but he won the debate, but. I don't like either of it. But if I'm 100% honest, I like the Redpill more than I like the Tradcon, to be honest, because at least I know what I'm dealing with. Yeah.
He's saying both standards are in the mud, but Tradcons are lower.
So Alex won the debate fair and square. All right. No, according to the votes, Alex won the debate. We have to keep
it.
Fair enough.
Guys, I have to go. I wish I could stay here forever.
Yes.
That was fun. Love.